happen here in a rivalry game, you can throw the records out the window. Well, that certainly applies to tonight's rivalry game as we welcome you to week number 9 of the high school football season and the Battle of Broad Street as Licking Heights and Watkins Memorial get set to tee it up here this evening at Watkins. It's our Toyota Friday Night Rivals. We are so glad to have you with us here this evening as we welcome you again to week number 9 of the high school football season. How hard is that to believe? Should be a good one here tonight. We're looking forward to it along with the Ohio State Hall of Famer Jeff Logan and Kellyanne Stitz. I'm Marty Bannister. You've played a couple big rivalry games during your playing day. These things are about bragging rights.
Yeah, it is big. Us against the team up north was huge. This is a big deal for these kids, too. They know each other. They know each other very, very well. And I can tell you what, there's a lot of respect for both sides of the ball, but still, they don't like each other.
Licking Heights goes into this game. They will only start their 4th different starting quarterback for head coach Austin Drewer coming into this game right now. So he's had to rely on a guy who's done a little bit of everything for them to steer the ship, and that's Josiah Ayers.
Yeah, Josiah Ayers, the only position maybe he hasn't played as quarterback this year. He's a great wide receiver. He's a lockdown corner. He will not leave the field. Marty, this is one of those dynamic football players that can make a difference.
For Watkins Memorial and their head coach Darren Waters, they've won their last 2 football games. They're starting to trend upward, and one of the big reasons for that is a big guy up front, center Jimmy Bogle.
Now, hard to believe that a little modification to your offensive line, all of a sudden you got a couple wins in a row, but that's exactly what's happened. This guy is terrific. 3-year starter, a captain. He's played every position on the offensive line, but they found the magic potion. Move him to center, and you win.
It's Licking Heights, it's Watkins Memorial, it's the Battle of Broad Street, and we're so glad to be able to bring it to you tonight. It's our Toyota Friday Night Rivals week number 9 game. We have it for you next. I might slip.
Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served our country to defend the freedoms we enjoy, we ask everyone who is able to please stand. We ask gentlemen to remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
We close in on the 44th annual Battle of the Bricks, or Battle of Broad Street, I should say, between Watkins Memorial and Licking Heights. Tonight's opening coin toss is sponsored by Hilliard Lawn and Garden, the proud sponsor of tonight's coin toss. Watkins Memorial will get the football first to start this one tonight in this Battle of Broad Street. It is a big matchup between these two nearby rivals in the Pataskala area. And one of these rivals, Licking Heights, got a big boost to its starting lineup tonight with the return of a very key player. Let's say hello to Kellyanne Stitz with more on that.
Yeah, Marty, Coach Drew Yoder told me that Jake Lopinto will be making his return tonight. Jake has been out with a jaw injury, and he was cleared to officially play this morning. Jake will start at running back on offense, and Coach told me they'll start him off at free safety on defense. He is thrilled for Jake making his return tonight in the rivalry game as a senior, and his teammates are too. They too learned the news this morning, and Coach told me he believes it has given them a boost heading into tonight's game, and he said that Jake is a difference maker for them on the field.
Kellyanne, thank you very much. Jeff Logan, what does that do for a team to get a guy like that back?
Well, you look at the statistics on that side of the ball. I mean, from an offensive standpoint, this is a kid that before he broke his jaw, he had 11 touchdowns rushing and 1 receiving touchdown, and he was a beast on the defensive side as well. So, you know, the leadership is one thing, but his production, Marty, is monumental.
Josiah Ayers getting set to kick the football away, as Jeff highlighted in our open. Well, young man does a little bit of everything. He'll kick off, he'll play wide receiver, he'll be on both sides of the ball, he'll do a little bit of what head coach Austin Dreyer needs him to do in this game. So when he needs to go out and pick up the tee afterwards, he might even do that. Opening kick, Jaden Ricketts is back deep, and this is a short kick to the near side that is fielded by one of the Watkins Memorial upbacks. As coming up to field that kick, that short kick, was Braden Windnagel. So the Watkins Memorial offense will come onto the field led by a pretty good quarterback, 6 foot, 180-pound junior Drew Samsel, who comes into the game off of a year last year where he was the Division II honorable mention player, 1,867 yards last year. There you see his resume coming into this one tonight. Again, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That despite missing one game in their contest against Tays Valley. We'll check the rest of their starting lineup in a moment. First play from scrimmage, the 44th Battle of Broad Street between these two nearby rivals. It's Samson with a play fake, and he'll roll to throw and dumps it over the middle and has a receiver, and working upfield and getting out across the 40-yard line to the 44 is Trent Johnson, the tight end, a 6'1", 200-pound senior who makes the catch, and right away they move out to the 45-yard line. Here's the Watkins Memorial offense. We just saw Trent Johnson make the catch, rolling out on that for the offense. That offensive line, we touched on Jimmy Bogle at the center spot. Moved there about 3 games ago. 6'4", 300-pound senior. Since he's moved into the middle, they have won their last 2 games. And Drew Samsel, a very good one at that quarterback spot. Toss to the near side and trying to get to the edge and stepping into Licking Heights territory. Good run there by John Apel, who will line up as a wide receiver and do a little bit of the halfback work as well, too. 6-foot senior speeds to the near side and is knocked out of bounds as, again, Watkins Memorial picks up another first down as they cross the Licking Heights 45. That first down sponsored by Buckeye State Bank. Here's the rapidly improving Licking Heights defense. And, again, having Jake Lopinto back means so much to them tonight. We touched on Josiah Ayers, a lockdown corner. J.J. Shackelford on the other side, who will be their starting quarterback tonight. It's a good one as well, too. 2 chunk gains, and Watkins Memorial is on the move. Here's Samsel as the protection starts to break down, and he goes down in the backfield. Hustling in that time to make the stop for the Licking Heights Hornets. Coming in was Jaden Powell in one of those outside linebacker spots. Powell, a 5'8", 160-pound sophomore. Watch him get to the quarterback here, Jeff.
Boy, just this is a coverage sack more than anything else. And what you won't see in that picture is the great job Josiah Ayers did on the outside. He came up and played press coverage on the wide receiver and locked him down. We talked about the fact that he's an impact player. Even when you don't see him on the screen there, he's the one that shut down the play.
Just underway in this one here tonight at Watkins Memorial. 2nd down and 13 after the tackle for a loss, and carrying across the 45 for Watkins Memorial. Some running room there in the middle of the field. That was JoJo Tolliver getting the football. The 6', 190-pound junior. He had some pretty big shoes to fill. He stepped into the running back position that was manned last season by All-Ohio running back Gerald Banks, who transferred to Pickerington North.
Yeah, he was a good football player there, and there before and now when he's transferred. But JoJo Oliver, just a junior running back, 1 touchdown on the season so far, but this is a kid that I think has a great upside.
3rd down and let's call it 10 for Watkins Memorial. Initial possession of the game as we start here tonight. Great weather here on this Friday evening, Samsel back to throw, steps up into the pocket. He's going to run across the 30, or near the 30 rather, has the first down as he does the smart thing, slides down to a knee across the 35 to the 32, and it's a first down for Watkins Memorial, gain of 11.
So you look at his numbers we looked at earlier, 13 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, so he is very good at going through his progressions. That time decided to pull it down, slides in safely at home plate, and they've got a first down right at the 32.
76 of 153 throwing the football coming in. Big game last year in this Battle of Broad Street. He threw 3 touchdown passes, was 14 of 24 for 189 yards. Handoff again, this is Tolliver, and just plowing ahead. Again, the line of scrimmage was the 32, as Tolliver got across the 30 to the 28-yard line, 27-yard line. Pick up a 5 for JoJo Tolliver. There you see his numbers on the season. That's catching the football and running the football as well, too, for JoJo Tolliver. He does a little bit of both for Darren Waters' offense. Interesting story, Darren Waters coached at Licking Heights before making the small and short trek over to Watkins Memorial. Samson will hand it off and getting across the 25-yard line as the rugby scrum ensues afterwards. Tolliver again getting the football. That'll bring up a third down call for the Watkins Memorial offense. Watch the middle of the pile just stack up right here.
Yeah, pretty good job by the defensive line that time. Again, we talked about the improvement of the offense for Watkins Memorial with the move of Jimmy Bogle to that center position. If you're an astute watcher, and I know many of our fans are out there, keep an eye on that big old 77 right there, 6'4", 300 pounds. Everything they do offensively goes through the center.
I like the comment that Coach Waters said about him, that he's a classic football player. Third down and short, and they'll hand the football off, and just powering ahead for the first down across the 20-yard line. And still on the go inside the 10-yard line. And that football went into the hands of Braden Waldron, the 5'10", 210-pound senior. He just bullied his way to a Watkins Memorial first down as they move into the Buckeye Basement Solution red zone. Quality solutions at an affordable price.
A little-used running back there, but, man, I'll tell you what, he did a good job of noticing what was there, the push right up the middle. Tight end look there, just power football now, going right down inside the 10-yard line.
They like to give him the football in key situations, had the game-winning score in their victory over Mount Vernon. First and goal now. They'll hand it off, and it's Waldron again to the right side and gets to the 5-yard line where he is brought down. This first down sponsored by Buckeye State Bank. Good look at Braden Waldron right there. These teams separated by 5, maybe 6 miles total across Broad Street, which runs between the two school districts, hence Battle of Broad Street. Jeff's big on geography, so we want to make sure Jeff is right on the money with that. They'll stack the eye behind Samsel, and he'll hand the football off to the right side. This is Graham Smith, a sophomore, getting his first touch.
Boy, they rotate a lot of guys in that backfield, carrying the football for them. Jaden Ricketts, another kid that carries the ball a lot. Lead block in there by Braden Waldron, playing the fullback position.
So a third and goal upcoming now. The ball's at the Licking Heights 3-yard line. Initial possession of this game. Clock already nearing the 7-minute mark. So just what you want to do, keep that opposing offense off the field.
Marty, in rivalry games in the red zone, 6s are more important than 3s. It's a huge deal, and they're going to come up short down to about the 1-yard line. And an interesting call here early in the game for head coach Darren Waters. Do you take the 3, or do you rely on that big old center and try and run it right up the middle again? You can see here, winning the line of scrimmage here are the white jerseys of Licking Heights. They came up and made the play. Terrific job by Christian Watson, the defensive end.
And Jeff, also there was Jake Lopinto, the 6'1", 215-pound senior. So the offense will stay on the field. They'll stack the eye behind Samsel on 4th and goal. They'll hand it off inside, and they come up with the stop. Now that Watkins says touchdown, we haven't seen an official signal come in yet. Everybody wearing black says touchdown, and there it is, touchdown.
Wow.
Watkins Memorial. We had to wait for a moment for it to be determined that the ball carrier did cross the goal line that time. That's our first Ramos Roofing touchdown of the night. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF. And plowing into the end zone was Rocco Paschal, who's a backup running back and a starting linebacker.
That was all second effort there, Marty, because the stop was made. Here's the extra point try. The kick is up, and it is no good.
That one sliced off and under the goalpost, and that's where we stand. Initial drive of the night produces points for Watkins Memorial. They go up on top of Licking Heights by the score of 6-0 on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
Okay, ideas. Where are we going?
I got one.
What about a comedy show?
I've seen you, I've swiped on you. No. Okay?
Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
The all-new Camry is 100% hybrid. Lease one now for $299 per month or get 4.99 APR financing. Find your vibe in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Watkins Memorial right down the field and right into the end zone as the Warriors take the lead 6-0. Extra point attempt, no good. And the Warriors will get set to kick the football away. There's your scoring summary. 11 plays, 67 yards, 5 minutes, and 39 seconds for the Knights' first score. And scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County.
Well, if you can knock about half that quarter off in that first drive of the football game, it makes a big, big deal and allows your defense then the opportunity to try and get a quick 3-and-out here. Here's the return.
Coming out across the 25-yard line, and a good return, good field position out near the 30-yard line on the return for the Licking Heights Hornets that time was Gavin McManus. Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center, tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, the ABC6 News app, and as well on the CWColumbus.com. We are so glad you are with us wherever you are watching tonight's Battle of Broad Street, our 44th edition of this rivalry, which in the last 19 games has been pretty even. Licking Heights leads it by an 11-8 count.
Jake Lopinto will be the first guy to carry the football. Welcome back.
That's right. Works across the 30-yard line. Lopinto, again, suffering from a jaw injury that has kept him out of the last couple of games. And they found out, as Kellyanne Stitz talked about earlier, that he would be good to go this morning as you look at this Licking Heights offense. And again, the fourth different starting quarterback this year, J.J. Shackelford. 5'11", 155-pound junior gets the call. Good athlete, has quarterback experience, played it in middle school and in his freshman year. Out of the pistol, Shackelford wanted to throw momentarily, now will roll. Have to use some of that athletic ability here, and he'll just heave it downfield now, and the pass is incomplete. He was trying to get the ball into the hands of Gavin McManus. And that'll bring up a third down call coming up.
Boy, good opportunity for J.J. Shackelford to tuck that ball and run it. It looked like he had plenty of room there. And again, you talked about the fact that they have just blown through because of injuries. 4 quarterbacks so far this season. Started out with Jalen Fillmore. Jake Lopinto actually threw a pass early in the season. Grady Stevens and Reese Powell all have played that quarterback spot. And now all of a sudden, here comes J.J. Shackelford.
5'11", 155-pound junior. Austin Drewer said that he's adapted to the position well, but a little confusion right there as the running back went one way and Shackelford went the other way. Now he's going to run and try and get away from everybody and just heave this one downfield. Pass is almost intercepted. Cooper Hunt was back there on coverage for Watkins Memorial and almost took that pass away.
Yeah, they got to be really, really careful, Marty, in terms of asking this kid to do too much early in the football game. They want to keep that playbook down to about 3 or 4 pages. There was a penalty on the play.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, offense number 65. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Not surprisingly, that happens a lot of times when you get a scramble back there. And that offensive line has got to make a determination. Is he going to throw it, run it, keep it? What's he going to do with it? And they left, and they released downfield, and a good call by the officials, nearly intercepted, but a successful 3-and-out by the Watkins Memorial Warriors.
That was the first time tonight we have heard from referee Scott Wilson. Look at the penalty flag sponsored by the United States Army. Gavin McManus, who averages 29 yards a kick, will get set to boot the football away. But first we have a timeout on the field. Licking Heights with their initial possession. They're getting set to punt the football away. They trail Watkins Memorial 6-0. We said prior to the timeout that Gavin McManus would do the punting, but with Jake Lopinto back, he has done the punting for them in the past for Licking Heights, and he has assumed that position and gets ready to boot the football away. Short kick that will bounce at the 30 and take a decent Licking Heights roll. It will angle towards the far side and wobble to a halt at about the 26-yard line. So let's check the keys to the game. We are at the 5:13 mark of this first quarter, brought to you by Toyota. Run the ball, control the clock, no mistakes, win the line of scrimmage. Pretty simple for Licking Heights coming into this one. When you're struggling and with your fourth starting quarterback of the season, those are all pretty easy things to diagnose. For Watkins Memorial, they want to impose their will with physicality. They want to stretch the field with their skill players. They've tried to do that early on in the game, Jeff, but it was their big guys up front that helped them get into the end zone.
Absolutely. This Watkins team started out with 6 straight losses. Now they've got 2 wins in a row against Mount Vernon, an overtime victory in Zanesville, feeling a whole lot better about themselves. Had a little uniform problem that is continually going on. The referees have sent 2 guys to the sidelines, maybe without mouthpieces. I'm not sure exactly what the deal is.
That was Matthew Schmitz, who went off the field for Licking Heights. As he got to the field, the umpire grabbed him by the shoulder pads. Might have been a problem there to make sure they were adjusted properly. First down and 10 from the 26 for Watkins Memorial, and breaking free into Licking Heights territory, and he's on the way towards the end zone. This is the speedster Jaden Ricketts, and he will score easily. It is 12-0 as he goes 74 yards. Ricketts, who is a track and field athlete and with great speed, already has 9 Division I offers, including 1 from Ohio State. Shows the big playability that they like about him, and he races in for the score. Wow, what a run.
Yeah, how about the separation by that young man? That is his first rushing touchdown of the season. He's had 5 touchdowns receiving the ball, but watch him come out of the backfield here, takes it back up inside, cuts across the grain, and it is good night. Put the dog in the truck, honey. The hunt is over.
That's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF. And you watch Ricketts at 6'2", 195 run down the field like that as they get ready to go for 2. Jeff, I'm going to get your thoughts on something here after the try for 2. They stack the eye and hand the football off, and rolling into the end zone for the 2-point conversion was JoJo Tolliver to increase the lead to 14-0 at the 5:01 mark. As we watch Ricketts again speed up the field, and then Tolliver cap it off with the 2-point conversion for Watkins Memorial. Jeff, watching Ricketts run, the way he handles the football, watch him come at you right here. He looks like a Division I receiver, doesn't he?
He really does. He's big and strong, and from a size standpoint, 6'2", 195. He doesn't run like a 195 guy. He really puts him up and gets him down quickly, and we'll go down and visit with Kellyanne Stitz on the sidelines. Kellyanne?
Hey guys, you had mentioned that Jaden Ricketts had received multiple Division I offers, including from Ohio State and Illinois, but he told me that he was particularly excited to receive an offer from his hometown team. He got that during an Ohio State football camp in June, and he said it was extra special because he wasn't anticipating getting an offer. So when he found out that he had one, he was extra excited. He had a conversation with Coach Hartline, who also told him that, hey, when I was back in college getting recruited, I also received an offer during an Ohio State football camp. So that connection made it extra special for him. He also told me that he looks up to, of course, the freshman phenom Jeremiah Smith. He daps him up after games on his visits. He said that getting the offer has given him extra motivation this season and into next year. And guys, we saw that speed. By the way, he runs a 4.37 40.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious.
We saw every bit of that 4.3.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kelly. A good story there. Out to the 21-yard line on a return. Well, not much of a summary. One play, 74 yards. And it took all of 12 seconds for Ricketts to run to the end zone. And again, the lead now at 14-0 after they capped it off with the 2-point conversion. The scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County.
Kelly, if you get a chance, I want you to whisper in the ear of Jaden Ricketts that when you get an offer, the correct response is yes. I accept. Just whisper it in his ear.
First down at 10. Yeah, for Licking Heights. They will hand the football and looking for running room. This is the running back. That time that was Semi Joff Ogunlehi, who's their speedster and their big play guy. But it was a couple of 8s greeting one another in the backfield. As crashing in was inside linebacker Braden Waldron for Watkins Memorial to make the stop of the talented Licking Heights running back.
And we talk about how physical this football game is, this rivalry. Look at the extracurricular activity after the play, and officials trying to gain control there. No flags thrown, but a negative yardage again for Licking Heights, and they are really struggling here. Again, we talked about the fact that this is their 5th quarterback on the season.
2nd down and 12 after the last play lost a couple of hand claps, and Shackelford will roll to throw with the football. He's already tried a couple of times. He's going to tuck the football, but now he decides to go ahead and heave it downfield, and a jump ball is won out near the 45-yard line. This will be a 1st down upcoming for Licking Heights as Christian Watson, the 6'1", 248-pound senior tight end, goes airborne to make the catch, and a 1st down for the Licking Heights Hornets as they get out to the 47-yard line. The 1st down sponsored by Buckeye State Bank.
Well, the defensive end on that backside has got to do a better job of control and not let that quarterback out there. That looked more like a punt than it looked like a pass, JJ, but you completed it. God bless you for doing that. But next time you get that opportunity, tuck it and run.
28 yards and a 1st down for Licking Heights as Maddox Scozen, the strong safety, was on coverage that time as Watson won the battle with the football as Ogunleye, and he is dropped near the midfield stripe. He's an interesting story. Did not start playing high school football until he got to high school. 5'7", 155-pound senior with electric speed. He is another track and field standout on the field turf surface tonight. He's had some big games. He is now over the 700-yard mark rushing the football on the season. Not bad for a guy who didn't start playing high school football until he got to high school.
And when you're blessed with that speed, if you can get a little bit of coaching to figure out how to run this thing, it works pretty well.
There he is, taking a high snap, avoids one tackler, and did all he could to get back to the line of scrimmage as racing in was Rocco Paschal, who almost dropped him for a loss. But Ogunleye able to use a little bit of athletic ability and make something out of nothing. He got a couple of yards out to the 49.
Well, Rocco Paschal, the first touchdown of the night on the offensive side, comes up quick. But you can see that number 8, Ogunleye, was able to get right back up inside. Number 1 tackler on this Watkins Memorial defensive football team is Rocco Paschal. He's got 100 tackles on the season so far, including 13 tackles for a loss.
4 times this year with 15 or more tackles in a game for Rocco Paschal. We approach the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Watkins Memorial scored both times they've had the football, a lengthy drive and then a lightning strike. Well, not literally, but a lightning strike score. We don't want to have to go into a delay. Timeout on the field called by Licking Heights and head coach Austin Drewer, who played his college football at the College of Worcester. Division III North Coast Athletic Conference member. Played for the Fighting Scots. Jeff, that's one of the great atmospheres in college football. Pap Stadium at Worcester. The marching band comes down the side of the field. They're all wearing kilts. It's a phenomenal thing to see.
You know, college football at every level is something special. I mean, there's no question about it. Everybody's got their traditions and everybody's got their fan base and everything else. But my goodness, great rivalry.
Absolutely. The Football Fever on ABC6. It's the perfect play for every Buckeye football fanatic. Watch The Football Fever on ABC6 tomorrow at 11 a.m. The Buckeyes have the weekend off. Another improvement week for Ryan Day's football team as the dark red moon rises in the sky. Is that what it is, an improvement week? Is that what it is?
Another one?
Another one? Okay.
Another bye week. You call it an improvement week. This is recovery week and have a short-term memory.
3rd down and 9, and back to throw now with Shackelford. Here will heave it long downfield. Now it has Ayers, and the ball is caught by Ayers. Are you kidding me? Wow, Josiah Ayers in congestion amongst 2 defensive backs, including John Apel, outduels them both for the football, and Licking Heights will have a 1st and goal.
Boy, that is a guy that just has total concentration. This is not, guys, a catchable football from a standpoint of going up there and high. Look at the crowd around him. 2 defensive backs that just did not get their head on a swivel to be able to turn around and make that play. Defensively, you got to do a better job. Here's the numbers. Only 5 catches so far. You've gone through all these quarterbacks. How are we going to complete a pass? And already tonight, a couple of big ones.
53 yards coming in, 42 on that pitch and catch. And bouncing off the pile is Ogunleye, going down the sideline, dives towards the pylon, and gets in, touchdown. Licking Heights with a big answer drive right there. They use their big play capability. And how about the arm of J.J. Shackelford? Bailed out by the great catch by Josiah Ayers, and into the end zone is Ogunleye for the touchdown. Just his 3rd of the season. And Licking Heights right back into this game, trailing by the score now of 14-6.
Good recognition, and watch him lay out here and get the ball across the plane. Official right on top of it, and absolutely he broke the plane with that. And right when it looked like Watkins Memorial might break this thing wide open with 2 quick scores like they did in the first quarter, this is what you get in a rivalry game. Nobody's going to shut down.
Josiah Ayers on to try the extra point. He's 9 of 13 on the season.
Couple whistles blowing. They're trying to reset the play clock.
Right, that's what they're trying to do. So at the 1:45 mark, the Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF. Good look at the extra point attempt coming up right here. Snap a bit high. The hold is bobbled, and the ball is covered on the field. The holder that time really never got a hand on that snap. That was Lakeith Richardson, who was on the hold. Watch this, as snap is a bit high, and he tried to find some way to get it on top of the tee. It just didn't have time to do it after he bobbled the initial snap.
Yeah, when that happens, you just got to yell fire, 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 and take off and try and throw the ball, do something. But 2 mistakes in the kicking game, one by each team tonight with a missed extra point.
You'll have a chance to get caught up with what is happening with your favorite high school football team. Join Kellyanne Stitz tonight for FNR Scores. It comes your way on Fox 28, sponsored by Columbus State Community College. And it comes your way after college football. Fox 28. Those pesky Oregon Ducks are in action tonight. They're at West Lafayette facing the Purdue Boilermakers.
Trap game?
No.
What?
No.
Ohio State's gone over there and run into trouble.
6 plays, 79 yards, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. The 9-yard touchdown run by Hogan Lee. The scoring summary is brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County.
You're not buying that?
No.
Not a chance.
No, not a chance.
29-point favorite. The Ducks are going into play against the Boilermakers.
Have you seen Purdue play this year? Here's a short kick fielded by one of the upbacks for Watkins Memorial. Hustling back and covering that football was Sam Crum, a 6'3", 215-pound junior backup linebacker.
I'm not sure who's the worst team in the Big Ten, but they've got to be darn close.
I'd say they're in the discussion. 1:45 to go here in this first quarter. Watkins Memorial, which has scored both times they've had the football, will come back onto the field now with their lead at 8, 14-6. Led by the quarterback, Drew Samsel.
That's big Elijah Ferguson. You saw getting things put together there. He plays defensive end position, number 52, excuse me.
They'll hand it off to Tolliver now, looking for a little running room. And bounces off the pile momentarily, and then the play is strung out. Line of scrimmage was the 34-yard line. Tolliver did all he could to get a yard, and we have a player down. For Watkins Memorial, the Warriors at 2-6 on the season, but 2-1 in their division of the Licking County League, the Buckeye division. Licking Heights coming in at 3-5 overall and 1-2 in Buckeye division play. You look at the season that Licking Heights has had this year, Jeff, and despite all the injuries, they knocked off a very good Sheridan team, beat them 27-7. Where they churned out 237 yards of rushing in that game. That's Luke Bortner, the 6'2", 260-pound junior, getting some assistance coming off the field for Watkins Memorial. They lost 16-15 to a 5-3 Buckeye Valley team. Against a 7-1 Licking Valley team, they lost 28-22. I mean, so they've been in games. It's not as if they've been just blown out coming into this one at 3-5.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the Bortner injury. Plays that right guard position, 6'2", 260-pound junior. Looked like a leg injury, though. Whether it was an ankle or a knee, they're going to work with him on the sidelines.
Samson will go back to throw, being chased as he is running by Robert Talbert, who makes splash plays, according to head coach Austin Drewer, and made one right there. Able to track down the quarterback. The 5'11", 170-pound freshman got there in an absolute hurry.
Yeah, listen, what Marty just said. Freshman as in 9th grade, getting the start. Man, he is really good. He plays that edge position, and he can come after you. He's had a sack and an interception already early in his career. How about the future of this young man? 5'11", 170 pounds. And, Marty, if we're lucky enough to maybe see him the next couple of 3 years, I think we're going to end up seeing a kid that's probably 6'1" and about 230.
And the interception, Jeff, was one where he tipped the ball to himself and caught it against Mount Vernon. Samsel out of the shotgun, rolling to throw now, being chased again by a lot of guys wearing white, zips the ball ahead. It's almost intercepted. Josiah Ayers went low, got a right hand out, and slapped the ball down. There's the 5'7", 170-pound senior. That stops the clock with 39 seconds left in this first quarter.
That's dangerous, throwing that ball late back across the middle of the field. Just you can't get enough mustard on it to be able to get it there, and no receiver anywhere near it. And looked like Josiah Ayers was going to come up with a pretty good interception there.
The way Austin Drewer talks about him, he's surprised a lot of times when people actually throw the ball to his side of the field. People don't do that. They know. On to punt the football away is Braden Widnagel, who averages 37 yards a kick. And this one will take a good Watkins Memorial bounce. And then at the last moment, the return man for Licking Heights steps in and grabs the football there. That was Jaden Powell, who will look for a moment as if he was going to get out of the way. And then the ball bounced. And he said, well, okay, I can do something with this. And they'll have somewhat decent field position when they start this possession at their 36, Jeff.
I see nothing wrong with taking some shots there. Senior night here for Watkins Memorial, their last home game of the season. They were able to introduce the senior members of the band, the football team, and the cheerleading squad, and anybody else that wanted to get in line.
We had to pull you out of the line.
I know.
You were down there.
I know. I'm
ready to walk onto the field.
I want to get my name mentioned.
First down and 10 at their own 36 for Licking Heights. Shackelford rolling to throw, sets and shovels the ball ahead and has a receiver wide open in Watkins Memorial territory down the near side sideline, cutting back inside the 30 and finally thrown down after another chunk gain by the Licking Heights offense. That was senior Jaden Edwards again, who was wide open in the middle. Watch Shackelford hit him in stride.
Boy, and you're going to get a touchdown saving tackle by Maddox Skozin right here. Man, this looks like it is gone, but look at Skozin. He recovers himself, number 48, able to come back and make the play, a blocker downfield. But he gave up on Skozin, thought the ball was going to, the runner was going to go past him, and we're having a little bit of confusion offensively. Not sure they have enough men on the field. They're running down to the end of the quarter.
Quarter coming to an end, and it will end on another big play by the Licking Heights offense. A 40-yard pitch and catch right there. Edwards with a little yak afterwards, yards after the catch, and sets up Licking Heights as they try to battle back into this. But so far, it's been a big play and a close-in touchdown that have given Watkins Memorial a 14-6 lead after one period.
Electric and West Edges. We are so thankful for your support and the support of all community sponsors. This is the Watkins Warriors Way. Second quarter will start with Licking Heights ball at the Wheeler 24-yard line. First and 10.
Licking Heights will start quarter number 2 with the football at the Watkins Memorial 24. Welcome back to our Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Along with Ohio State Hall of Famer Jeff Logan, sidelines Kellyanne Stitz, I'm Marty Bannister. And Licking Heights trying to get back into the game, and a pass just out of the reach of a receiver who had gotten open behind the defense. And running into the darkness of a Friday night was Jake Lopinto right there. Good to see him back on the field for these Licking Heights Hornets. He'd missed the last couple of games with a jaw injury and almost made an impact right away here, Jeff.
You know, even with a guy that's getting his first start at quarterback here in week number 9, they're at least trying to throw the ball down the field, and not really an opportunity for anybody, including Jake Lopinto, to be able to come up with it. And there you see J.J. Shackelford at the shotgun position. with Lapinto at the tailback spot.
Get the handoff, stutter step momentarily, and try to bounce it outside. Line of scrimmage again, the 24, and Lapinto dropped for a loss of 1. It was interesting prior to the game as the teams came out to warm up. I was watching the Watkins Memorial players as they saw Lapinto come onto the field. What was really neat was a lot of them went down towards him, gave him a high five, tapped him on the shoulder pad, said, hey, we're glad you're back tonight.
Welcome back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a pretty neat thing.
Yeah, in a rivalry game, I mean, these communities are so close to one another. They grew up playing against each other in youth football. They know everybody. And like I said at the onset, they respect them, but they don't have to like them.
Third down upcoming, 3rd and long for Licking Heights, 3rd down and 10. And here's Shackelford going back to throw with Lapinto sprinting out of the backfield. He'll throw long towards the goal line, and the pass is incomplete. There were a couple of white shirts converging with a number of defensive backs for Watkins Memorial getting back there. Josiah Ayers, he was the intended receiver. They had this pretty well bracketed, did the Watkins Memorial defense.
Just kind of threw it up for grabs. 2 receivers right there basically in the same area, but unable to come up with the catch. Again, a little rugged in the passing game, but expected, and J.J. Shackelford in there doing a terrific job, giving every bit of effort that he possibly can, and they're going to go ahead and play on 4th down.
4th and 9. They need to get to the Watkins Memorial 15 for the 1st down. Shackelford back to throw with the rush on hit as he throws, and this pass will be incomplete. And on downs, Watkins Memorial will get the ball back. There was a lot of pressure on Shackelford just as he released the football. He took a pretty good pop as racing in John Apel, the cornerback. See that right hand pretty heavily taped, a little bit of a cast on it right there. They had good pressure on the junior quarterback rather. That'll bring up changeover on downs, and Watkins Memorial gets the football back. 25-yard line is where the Warriors will scrimmage. We've mentioned a couple of times, and it's interesting to note that these teams have both picked up wins to this juncture of the season. I'll tell you more in a moment as they hand the football off. Here's Tolliver trying to find some running room, falls ahead to the 27-yard line. Both have wins over Mount Vernon coming into this game. Last week, Watkins Memorial beat Zanesville. And if you hear those two names and you say, well, why are Mount Vernon and Zanesville in the Licking County League? Because neither are in Licking County. Well, that's part of the expansion. And really, when you think about it, pretty good fits for both of those schools getting in this league with these Licking County League schools.
No question. There's a lot of transition going on at all levels of football, college as well as the high school level here in the state of Ohio, trying to align these schools properly. We've seen it in the OCC. We're certainly seeing it here with the Licking County League and the Buckeye Division.
Watkins Memorial, in fact,
dead ball, false start, offense number 29, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
They were a longtime member of the Ohio Capital Conference, were the Warriors of Watkins Memorial, spent a lot of time in the OCC. In fact, they were in the OCC from 1991 to 2013 when the Licking County League, which had disbanded for a number of years, then came back into existence. Licking Heights was in the Mid-State League, and that was the juncture where this rivalry kind of died off for a few years. And everybody is so glad that they're now back in the same league and they play each other on a regular basis. 2nd down upcoming, 2nd and 13 after the walk-off. Samsel will hand the football off. Coming to their side, it's the speech to Ricketts. Little stutter step hesitation move, then accelerates out to the 29-yard line.
Boy, that's just a slow developing play if you're that wingback Ricketts coming across the formation there. You just got to really hope that there's going to be a seam available, and Ricketts came up a little bit limpy on that play. We're still tending to Luke Bortner on the sidelines. We'll maybe get an update from Kellyanne Stitz on the injury situation to the starting right guard, the junior, number 61.
Watkins coming into this game on offense, 218 yards a game, just 78 on the ground. Here's Samsel back to throw now on 3rd down. Flushed out of the pocket, will zip the ball ahead, and it goes through the hands of Cody York. whom head coach Darren Waters says is one of our possession receivers, unable to get that pass, which was just a little behind him. He tried to adjust and haul that one in and could not do so. Let's go back down to the sidelines again and say good evening to Kellyanne Stitz.
Hey guys, I'm joined by Warriors assistant principal here with a special honor for whoever wins tonight. Again, a lot in this rivalry game, playoff hopes, bragging rights, and this lovely plaque that we have here. Whoever wins tonight will be able to take a picture with this coveted plaque. All of the teams and their final scores are enshrined on this plaque. The picture will be displayed in the school system, and then whoever wins will also get a street name named after them. For the street on the Pataskala City Hall is, right now it's been Warrior Way for the last 2 years. Whoever wins tonight will be either Warrior Way or Hornet Way. And of course, as our lovely producer mentioned, they will also get the orb on top of this plaque. So guys, a lot to play for in this rivalry game tonight.
We're on the punt there, Marty. It was muffed, but certainly touched by the Licking Heights Hornets. But they recovered the football. Very fortunate. So J.J. Shackelford will be back out here again.
First down and 10 is a handoff, and from the 34-yard line, Licking Heights on this possession after the fight for the fumble. That was Ogun Leahy, the ball carrier, and he is slow getting up after the play. 5'7", 155-pound senior. The other interesting thing about this game is, and keep in mind as well too, for both of these teams, yes, one is 3-5, the other is 2-6, but with the playoff expansion, both are in contention for a postseason berth. In fact, Licking Heights is 13th in their region in Division II, Region 7. Watkins Memorial is 16th in their region, which gets them in because the top 16 make it. There are 18 teams in their region. The two behind them are winless, so they are in pretty good position to make a third straight postseason appearance.
Got an official's timeout on the field. I think they've got some clock issues they're trying to resolve. Yeah, second down and 8.
After the last play, picked up a couple, so they're trying to get that situated. That will allow Watkins to make a change. Donovan Shepard comes out of the game as they run a little bit of size in along that defensive front, as Gage Williams comes in, a 5'9", 175-pound defensive lineman, so maybe not as much size as you would think, but maybe a little more athleticism across that front.
Reset the clock to 8:47.
Yep. Shackelford takes a snap, hands off, and coming to the near side with some running room. This is Lapinto. Look at him go. He's into Watkins territory to the 30-yard line. Tries to advance to the 20, does to the 15, and is brought down after a long gain. Jake Lapinto, who we weren't sure we would see him tonight, cleared just this morning, makes a huge run right there and a first down for Licking Heights.
Well, there was nothing on this play, absolutely nothing. And the number one tackler, Rocco Paschal, had him at the line of scrimmage, and this young man never gave up. All-Ohio player as a junior, and boy, have they missed him throughout the season, both on offense and defense, and couldn't have come at a better time for the rivalry game.
The 52-yard run puts them in the Buckeye Basement Solution red zone. Quality solutions at an affordable price. And Lapinto again, after he's able to catch his breath and get to the 10-yard line. There is a flag down, though, however, at the 12-yard line.
Number 50, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So the penalty on Licking Heights will push them back. And Lapinto has meant so much to this program, Kellyanne Stitz, that having him back is just, if anything, an emotional boost.
Oh, yeah, Marty, we've definitely seen that out there tonight. An emotional boost, a physical boost. Like Coach Dreyer said, that he is a difference maker out there. He's said that he's the best player on the team, and we've seen that out there. But a little injury update, if you will, for Watkins Memorial 61. I asked the athletic trainer. They said they could not tell me if he will be able to play again in this game, but he is icing his left knee. Hopefully he will be able to make a return tonight in this rivalry game.
All right, Kellyanne, thank you. As they lob the ball into the hands of Lapinto, and he really didn't have much room to do anything with that football after making the catch. This was a very slow developing play, a little disjointed, and boy, Shackelford just almost shot putted it over that way.
It's RPOs, run pass options, and I tell you,
that was almost a run pass. Oops.
Yeah, I know. JJ's not going to win any fashion contest here tonight with the way that he's throwing the football, but my goodness, he's doing the best job that he can, and I really give him a lot of credit out there.
That's a great point, Jeff, because obviously this is your 4th starting quarterback of the season, but here he has his team down by 8. They've advanced into Watkins territory, and he's already made a couple of big plays, and this time another big play is made as he is dropped for a loss. Rocco Paschal comes racing in to make the tackle for a loss as he is able to go down low and trip up Shackelford by the ankles back at the 29-yard line. That play will lose 8.
I don't know what the future of Rocco Paschal is going to be. He's just a junior with his football team, but the closing speed here of the linebacker comes up, and he's able to make a huge tackle there to be able to shut it down. And look at the numbers for this young man. I mentioned it earlier, 101 tackles, 13 tackles for a loss. And I'm going to give you a sack on that one because that was the quarterback and you got him. So we'll update those stats and give you a sack on the year.
14 tackles against Sheridan, 19 against Hartley. Toss to the running back, Ogun Leahy, sidesteps one man and is spun ahead to the 20-yard line, but is still shy of the first down. Semi-Jaff Ogun Leahy, the 5'7", 155-pound junior. Good look at Austin Drewer right there, the second-year head coach. We saw his team last year. We were out at historic White Field in Newark to see his Hornets take on Newark Catholic last year. They're going to try a field goal. Josiah Ayers will come on. The football will be spotted at the 27. This is a 37-yard attempt. Ayers is 2 for 2 on the season. A tough angle here. Hold is good. Snap is good. The kick by Ayers, he might have got this one through, and he did. Josiah Ayers, yeah, he does a little bit of everything. Returns kicks, plays defense. Oh, yeah, by the way, can kick lengthy field goals. 14-9, Watkins Memorial has the lead over Licking Heights as the Hornets edge closer into this one in quarter number 2.
Get out there and hit the trails. Get to the cabin. Get out and play.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota truck.
Like the dominatingly powerful new Tundra, which can tow up to 12,000 pounds and deliver the best resale value in its class.
Now you can get a new Tundra with 1.99 APR financing, $2,000 customer cash, or a low $449 a month lease, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Nobody builds trucks better than Toyota. Let's go places.
Ayers' 37-yard field goal brings Licking Heights to within 5 at 14-9. It's the 44th Battle of Broad Street matchup between Licking Heights and Watkins Memorial. We call our Friday night broadcast Friday Night Rivals, and, well, we're living up to that tonight. So far, pretty good football game.
Yeah, it really has been. Both teams been ravaged by numerous injuries. There you see the scoring play. 6 plays, 48 yards, 3 minutes and 33 seconds, brought to you by the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health of Franklin County.
There's a very short kick, and again, everyone kicking it away from the return specialist for both teams. And Watkins Memorial will start with the football just shy of the 35-yard line. Don't forget, coming up at the intermission, they are back. Yes, your favorite furry mascot friends compete in the one and only Jeff Mascot Challenge, sponsored by Safe Light Auto Glass. That will come your way at the intermission.
You still picked your winner, haven't you?
I'm going with Muggsy. I like Muggsy.
You're all over that.
I like Muggsy, yep. 34-yard line is where Watkins Memorial will scrimmage. The story Kelly and Stitz had a short time ago about the winning team getting the street named as Samsel throws, fires, and has a receiver. That's Dylan Kennedy, the tight end, crossing across the 40-yard line out to the 43-yard line. It'll be a yard shy of the first down. Holding up that plaque was Joel Baker, the assistant principal at Watkins Memorial. Are they going to give him a first down?
They did.
On that?
The line
wow.
It's interesting. The line judge all the way across the field towards us actually signaled it across the marker for the first down.
And this first down sponsored by Classic Exteriors. First down and 10. Here's JoJo Tolliver working his way into Licking Heights territory, and the rugby scrum will push him ahead for more yardage and even more yardage as it's a first down carry into Heights territory at the 41-yard line. Pick up a 15 yards, but probably 13 of it on the shove.
Yeah, look at this. They pulled the left guard, number 73, Chris Flowers. Here's a kid, 5'9", 260 pounds, and he just bulldogs his way down the field. And you can see the extra help by Loden Murray, 6'1", 205, a little undersized for the rest of those guys.
See, he was holding on to the bottom of that pile, Jake Lopinto. Here's the throw to the far side, incomplete, as they try to get the ball into the hands of John Apel. Apel, a member of that Watkins Memorial track and field team, which participated in the state event over in Dayton back in June. They were 7th in Division II in the 800-meter relays.
There you see Apel. He's the one wearing that big club on his right arm. Look at that. How do you catch a football out there with that thing on?
2nd down and 10 upcoming. Here's Sampson will throw, and his pass is it intercepted? It is in the middle of the field, and Jake Lopinto makes the interception as Sampson will try to throw through the middle of the field, and Jake Lopinto comes away with the interception, and Licking Heights gets the football back. Talk about making an impact.
Well, it was batted down, and we'll try and get a look and see if he was the first one to be able to touch the football as it came across. But what a big night this young man is having on his return to competitive football after being out for a number of weeks with the fractured jaw, and gives Licking Heights a great opportunity.
They have it at their own 39-yard line. Shackelford will hand off. Ogunleye bounces off the pile trying to get to the edge, but Paschal will have none of it and throws him down just as he got back to the 39, the line of scrimmage.
We've seen so many plays where it stopped at the line. Here you go, and you can see right there the ball was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It looked to me like number 18.
That was the splash player.
Yeah, Richard Hill.
Richard Hill, yeah. Oh, that was the senior. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Richard Hill, yeah.
Richard Hill was able to knock it down, and talk about being in the right place at the right time. Good opportunity for Jake Lopinto to come up with the interception. No gain there on 1st down, 2nd and 10.
We roll under 4 minutes left here in this first half. And the lead for Watkins Memorial stands at 14-9. Shackelford, play fake. Has some time, looks long for Ayers, who is behind the defense and makes the catch at the 20 to the 15. It's another 1st down and another long gain for Licking Heights as again Shackelford goes to the air, and the completion sets them up in good position inside the Buckeye Basement Solution red zone. Quality solutions at an affordable price. To the air again go the Hornets.
We call these X plays explosion plays, and that's exactly what happened here. What a terrific job. That looked like a pass. J.J. Shackelford, in all due respect, did a great job of putting the ball out there. He was able to catch it in stride and be able to get the ball down almost to the 10-yard line. Now, you got to execute in the red zone and come away with 6.
49 yards on that pitch and catch. Handoff goes to Ogunleye. Bounces off the pile momentarily, then manages to step through. Patrick Schroyer, sophomore linebacker, able to bring down the Licking Heights ball carrier for a guy who's making his first start at quarterback. And again, yeah, it's not what you would describe as textbook throws. In fact, Ayers kind of had to wait for that pass as it was on its way towards him. Still, he's getting the job done, Jeff, and that's just what you talked about earlier. That's what they asked of him to do coming into the game. 2nd down and goal, the ball at the 6.
Shackelford keeps it.
Shackelford, yeah, he is brought down as he tried to turn it up. Rocco Paschal was there. Braden Waldron, senior Waldron and the junior Paschal. Waldron's had a pretty good season, coming into the game with 49.5 tackles, interception in their game against Johnstown.
Yeah, they got to concentrate now on getting this ball into the end zone. You cannot continue to get down inside the red zone and not perform by getting 6 points on the board.
I believe I said it's an end goal situation. They can still pick up the 1st down. They'll toss it to Ogunleye. Tries to bounce through a hole that closed quickly on the right side. They can get to the 5, or inside the 5 rather, for inside the 10 rather for, I'm sorry, inside the 5. Yeah, inside the 5 to the 2 for a 1st down. And we'll see what the mindset is here now of Austin Drewer, as it's now a 4th down.
Not much difference in either getting a touchdown or getting the 1st down when you got the ball or the marker down to the 2-yard line. So at this stage, the way this game is going, and 4th down and about 6 to go, I don't think there's any question you've got to take the field goal.
Don't forget, coming up at the intermission, we will have Kellyanne Stitz with the Music Go Round Coach's Corner. Your chance to hear from, right now, it would be Darren Waters, the head coach of Watkins Memorial, the coach whose team has the lead, for his thoughts on half number 1. Again, we're at the 2:02 mark of this first half, and we'll see what direction Austin Drewer wants to go here. Ball spotted at the 8. And Ayers is on the field. Ball will be spotted.
Yeah, they were perfect on the last opportunity.
Yeah,
almost the same spot.
Yeah, ball spot at the 16, so this will be a 26-yard attempt. Last one was 37. Snap a bit low, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is on its way, and it is good. Josiah Ayers, back-to-back field goals. And Licking Heights inches even closer. They trail Watkins Memorial now 14-12 in our Friday Night Rivals matchup. .12 is the lead for Watkins Memorial over Licking Heights. They cash in on the interception by Lapinto, get a field goal. 6 plays, 52 yards, took 3.5 minutes. And Ayers with the 26-yard field goal. The scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. Ayers getting set to kick the football away. He has been as good as advertised coming into this one. And this will be one of the longest kicks of the night. Most everything has been short. This is Apel coming to the near side. He's got some speed out to the 25-yard line and is shouldered out of bounds right in front of the Watkins Memorial bench. And that's where Watkins Memorial will start this possession. Fans, stick around at the half for the Bath Fitter halftime show. Discover how teachers from Licking Heights and Watkins Memorial High Schools are helping students expand their skills and inspire greatness. We'll have scores from around Central Ohio. It's all coming up for you in the Bath Fitter halftime show.
Well, an important drive here, I think, for Watkins Memorial. Licking Heights will get the ball to start the second half, and you got plenty of time on the clock. Minute 51. You got some timeouts in your pocket. Got to be efficient here.
Sampson will hand off Tolliver. Little running room, 35-yard line, and is dropped out across the 40. It's a classic exteriors first down as he carries out to the 42-yard line. A pickup of a dozen for JoJo Tolliver.
Boy, there was a block that was going on by Jimmy Bogle, the big center we were talking about. It was a mismatch, and he was just continuing to pancake. What his guy he is a good-looking offensive lineman.
Here's a Tolliver again, straight in the middle of the field. Lapinto comes over and puts him down to the turf. Just as he scooted into Hornets territory, it's another first down game.
Those are back-to-back explosive run plays, and Jake Lapinto playing right up that middle area. The responsibility a lot of times rests on him to be that touchdown-saving tackle.
Back-to-back gains of a dozen.
Look at the hole right through there. Lapinto coming up to make the play.
Samsel in the pocket, flushed out, rolls, sets, delivers near side. The pass incomplete. Samsel for Darren Waters coming into this year off of a season last year where he was an all-Ohio selection Division II. Missed their playoff game last year with Canal Winchester, a game they lost 7-3. In the opener against Kilbourne, he was 16 of 31. In the win over Mount Vernon, 19 of 29 for 241 yards. Tolliver with the handoff. Finds a gap, gets through it. Out of a tackle attempt, a flag is down, and Tolliver is shoved out of bounds. Flag came flying in at the 41-yard line.
Boy, does he run strong. I mean, just really a good job of getting your pads low, and here's the call by the official.
Holding. Offense, number 5, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Yeah, Cody York out there at the wide receiver position, trying to hold that position. See him on the right side of your screen right there, number 5, and he just got a little bit of that jersey. But look at the power of this young man running the football, Tolliver, excuse me. 190-pound junior, going to get bigger.
That look at the penalty, sponsored by the United States Army. That's the thing, when you look at Tolliver, 6 foot 190 and a junior, I think the future is rather bright for that young man. You talked about the ability to go size-wise. Here's Sampson to throw. A lot of miscommunication there. The receiver, Ricketts, had run down the numbers, and the pass was on the hash marks, incomplete.
As soon as he threw it, the quarterback, Drew Sampson, looked down at his wristband that has the play calls on it, and I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication on the route that was being run by the receiver, because he was throwing it to a spot, but there were no black jerseys there at all.
And ball's back at the midfield stripe after the penalty. Graham Smith, the ball carrier, as he gets to the 45-yard line to pick up a 5 as we roll under a minute to go here in this first half. It'll be a 4th down upcoming for Watkins Memorial.
Well, look at the job that Jimmy Bogle's doing again, just having his way. It's like the other guys are wearing roller skates. You get that big body on you, just not much you can do. And
you saw Robert Talbert a moment ago, who made the tackle for Licking Heights, the 5'11", 170-pound freshman.
Yeah, 4th down. They're going to let this clock run all the way down before they have to punt the football or at least run another play. They don't want to leave any time on the clock for Licking Heights, so they'll call the timeout with 15 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Darren Waters in his 4th year guiding the Watkins Memorial program.
Maybe this is where you do what Oregon does and put 12 or 15 or 20 guys on the defensive side, right?
Well, you just won't let it go, will you?
I can't. I mean, that was a pretty smart play by them. I got to give them a lot of credit.
This timeout on the field is sponsored by Aware Recovery Care. In-home addiction help is waiting for you at awarerecoverycare.com. NCAA announced today that you can no longer do that.
Exactly. So it is a dead ball foul now, so you wouldn't run the time off the clock. But again, the thinking there is, Ohio State has to have a decent play here. Whether you put 12 people on the field or 22 people on the field, the penalty is still the same. And they can't call the penalty to stop it. There's nothing you can do until the play is run. It's crazy.
But you're not bitter, though.
No, I give the coaches a lot of credit for coming up with the ingenuity. All you had to do was connect on the pass play, and then it's not an issue because you go ahead and you have the gain, and you don't worry about the 4 seconds that have run off.
Here's Windagel to punt the football away. Very high kick, I mean high. It will take a good bounce inside the 10 and roll towards the 5. Windagel has been punting since the 8th grade. He got a lot of height on that one. He and his battery mate, Trent Johnson, they have been working together because they're both on the baseball team, pitcher, catcher, so they know each other very, very well. That punt, exactly what you want, way up into the air and checked up inside the 10-yard line at the 9 with just 5 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, burned a lot of clock, too, with all that hang time there, and I would expect that Licking Heights will go into the victory formation down here, knowing that they get the ball to start the second half. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
So halfway through the 44th Battle of Broad Street, and it's been a good first half of play. Watkins Memorial jumped out to a quick 14-0 advantage. Looked like they were about to salt this one away, but give Licking Heights credit. They battled back into this game. A couple of errors, field goals, and some big chunk plays have allowed their offense to get into the end zone and through 2 periods of play. Here at Watkins Memorial, the Warriors lead the Hornets by the score of 14-12 in this Licking County League Buckeye Division matchup. Down to the sidelines, and here's Kellyanne Stitz.
Coach Waters, both teams exchanging haymakers in this first half. How do you limit those explosive plays in the third quarter?
Well, I have a lot of confidence in my defensive staff and my kids to make the adjustments we need to make at the halftime. You know, and the other thing is, offensively, when we have the ball, we need to help out our defense, capitalize when we can, and limit our mistakes. Same thing we talked about before the game.
What will be some of those adjustments you're looking to make?
I can't really share those, but we just want to make sure we take care of the football. And
what will be your message to the team at the halftime? Just a 2-point game here.
Do your job.
Period. Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Waters.
Yep.
Kellyanne dropping a haymaker
How about
in there.
that?
I like that. All
Yeah.
right. And I like Coach Waters too. I can't tell you that. Now.
Don't mess with the babe.
14-12 is the score. Watkins Memorial over Lincoln Heights as we reach the intermission in our Friday night rivals matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, award-winning Lincoln Heights High School marching band. Tonight, the band is excited to perform a portion of their 2024 marching band show entitled En Route. The performance will feature vocal soloists, more important, and tenor saxophone soloist, Rocco Paschal. Please welcome Field Commander Zach Fight and the Lincoln Heights Marching Hornets. We're about to experience
Welcome into the Kitchen Saver Halftime Show. I'm Kelly Institz. Right now, Watkins Memorial leads Licking Heights 14-12. But all season long, the CW Columbus and the Ohio Education Association are teaming up to highlight the inspiring educators making a difference in the lives of their students. And tonight, we introduce you to two inspiring teachers, one from Watkins Memorial, the other from Licking Heights, in the Ohio Education Association Educator Spotlight.
The Ohio Education Association and the CW Columbus are putting the spotlight on these exceptional teachers here in Columbus. Celebrating social studies teacher Amy Obhoff of Licking Heights and U.S. history teacher Mike Warrington from Watkins Memorial. Amy's teaching style is dynamic. Her commitment to fostering critical thinking and teamwork in her students has enriched their school community, making her not only a standout educator, but also an invaluable partner in our academic mission.
It's a matter of just talking to kids. Sometimes we forget that they are kids, and they're human beings, and so are we. And so we need to kind of just have those human interactions with one another.
Mike is a one-of-a-kind teacher. He believes building trustworthy relationships with his students is the key to their success. When he's not in the classroom, you can find Mike in the stands of any sporting event, cheering his students on.
They can do amazing things. They put their mind to it. And if they have that confidence about themselves, it just seems to open up a lot of doors.
Congratulations to these outstanding educators for all of the hard work they do for the future of Ohio.
Go Hornets!
Go Warriors! Beat Heights!
A big thank you to both teachers and all the teachers out there for the job that you do every single day. But now it's time for the highly anticipated halftime competition in all of sports. I'm talking about the Safe Flight Mascot Challenge. Here it is.
Welcome, everyone, to the second annual Safe Flight Mascot Challenge, right here on the CW Columbus. Alrighty then, let's meet the contestants. Looking to pounce, it's Wildcat. Ready to roar, it's Lion. Setting up to soar, it's Eagle. Looking to sting, it's Bumblebee. And from Good Day Columbus, it's Muggsy. This week's challenge, T-Ball. Eagle is first up. A swing and a miss. The fans certainly got a good laugh. Eagle trying again, and oh, so much for an eagle eye. The eagle has most definitely not landed. This furry feline is next. Eyes the target and destroys the tee. Oh boy, no pride for this lion. Here's Wildcat. And it's a whiff for this kitty. What a catastrophe! Muggsy steps up to the plate. Oh my, unfortunately for this mug, this is not a bat-throwing contest. Last up, it's Bumblebee. This could be the battling bee's chance for a win. She crushes it! It's out of here!
You don't say that every day.
Bumblebee is this week's big winner. Congratulations, Bumblebee! Tune in next week for another exciting Safe Flight Mascot Challenge on the CW Columbus. No mascots were harmed in the making of this video.
Congratulations to Bumblebee. It truly just keeps getting better every single week. And so do the games here on Friday Night Rivals. Right now, Watkins Memorial, the home team, leads their rival Licking Heights 14-12. If you're watching the Kitchen Saver Halftime Show, we'll be right back.
Assistant Director Stephanie Smiley, Percussion Director Ross Music, and Guard Instructor Nicole Kinlan, and being led out of the field by Drum Majors Elizabeth Deppa and Ruthie Allen. Please welcome to the field the 71st edition Watkins Memorial Marching Warriors. Tonight's halftime entertainment is all about our wonderful senior class. So join us as we throw a dance party in their honor. We're out of our cage and feeling just fine. Feel free to sing along as the Marching Warriors get this party started with the Killers' 2004 hit, Mr. Brightside.
Week number 9 of the high school football season. We are at the intermission of our Friday night rivals matchup. Watkins Memorial holding a 2-point lead over Licking Heights by the score of 14-12. Scores from around the area and a lot of playoff implications on just about every game we will show you. Fairfield Union leads Amanda Clear Creek 12-7 as that game nears the intermission. That's a mid-state league tilt tonight. Canal Winchester has opened up a 20-6 lead over the Golden Gales of Lancaster, one of the great names in all high school athletics. That game, quarter number 2, the Indians having a good season. Olentangy, we saw them last week. Wade Bartholomew's got a pretty good football team, and they're leading Dublin Jerome 21-10 as that game also nears the break. We'll see Gahanna next week in their showdown with Pickerington North, but right now they are having their hands full with a very good Grove City team. That game scoreless in quarter number 2. Big rivalry game, Olentangy Liberty, Hilliard Davidson. Again, playoff implications, conference championships, all up for grabs. Liberty holds a 7-0 lead. Olentangy Orange, that's another very good football team. They're number 1 in the region that Watkins Memorial currently resides in. Olentangy Orange leads Hilliard Bradley 28-3. That game's in the second quarter. This one is starting to tighten up a little bit, and last check, that was the lead for Pickerington Central over Tays Valley. That one's starting to close a little bit. In the Columbus City League, Walnut Ridge has defeated Briggs 34-8. Westerville South has doubled up Franklin Heights, going through their final year in the Ohio Capital Conference before they bolt for the Central Buckeye League. Westerville North, a 14-10 lead over Worthington Kilbourne as that game also nears the intermission. 14-12 is our lead here. Watkins Memorial leads Licking Heights. As we always like to do during every intermission, we also like to introduce you to this week's Scholar Athletes.
Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Amos Babalola is the soccer captain and on the track team for Licking Heights High School. He's an AP honors student and carries a 4.2 GPA. Trent Johnson is a multi-sport athlete in baseball, football, and hockey for Watkins Memorial High School. He's taking multiple AP courses and has a 4.0 GPA. Congratulations to these outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athletes.
And we showed you Trent Johnson there a moment ago, also the long snapper on this football team for Watkins Memorial. 14-12, and congratulations to those two outstanding student athletes. Watkins Memorial leads Licking Heights. Second half is coming up soon on Friday Night Rivals. 14-12 is the lead for Watkins Memorial over Licking Heights. Battle for Broad Street, edition number 44. And we close in on the second half. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth with Jeff Logan, Marty Bannister. Been a pretty good first half of football.
Yeah, it really was. Not many mistakes in the first half, and it really looked like Watkins was going to take control of this football game in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. They had 2 quick scores, and then all of a sudden, the rest of the first half, in my opinion, was all Licking Heights.
And just what you see in a rivalry game. One team jumps ahead big, the other one says, not so fast, my friend.
Exactly.
And back here they come. So it's been a pretty good first half. Here's some of the highlights.
Well, this was the first score of the football game where they had to really talk about it, and then Ricketts goes loose. I mean, he took the ball out of the backfield. This is a wide receiver getting the ball in the backfield, and then all of a sudden we get Ogunlele, who is able to take it and stretch it into the end zone, and this was the comeback by Licking Heights.
And a big reason for them doing what they're doing during the season has been this young man right here, Jake Lupino, who we weren't sure was going to play tonight, but has made an impact upon his return.
No doubt about it. What an injection he has made. A couple of field goals also being made in this football game. Josiah Ayers, who does everything, including kickoffs, field goals, extra points, and catches footballs all. He does a pretty nice job. Very good job. Very good first half for him. And there's that second field goal we just talked about.
And again, Licking Heights with their 4th starting quarterback of the season, J.J. Shackelford, and all they have done tonight is pass for 151 yards in this game.
Yeah, none of them have been pretty.
No.
But they've been effective. They're doing what they need to do, and I give that J.J. Shackelford a lot of credit for hanging in there and doing what he's doing. Numbers very close, only 1 turnover, and thank goodness, only 3 penalties here in the first half of play.
2-point game as we get ready to go to the second half. Watkins Memorial leads Licking Heights. Exciting second half is coming up. Stay with us.
Malachi is really loving. Malachi is great. Malachi is selfless.
Malachi is great.
Inspiring.
Malachi is an undimmable light.
Malachi is wise beyond his years.
Malachi is a disciple. Malachi is genuine. Even though Malachi is physically slow in stature, Malachi is a spiritual giant.
Malachi was the Lord of every room. Grounded at his feet. Malachi was unforgettable. Malachi had an extraordinary gift of meeting people where they were.
Malachi is inspiring and I'm never man for nothing.
Malachi, he was a very nice guy and I like talking to him. Malachi was a messenger for Christ and was one of the most important.
Malachi had a way of being empathetic.
Coach Drew York, just a 2-point game here at the half. What was your message to your team?
We really didn't have time. We're too busy trying to make some adjustments. Biggest thing is we got to control the line of scrimmage. At some point, we're going to have to be more physical at the point of attack and be able to run the ball. That's really about it.
Where are you looking to improve here in the second half to try to take the lead?
Really up front on both sides of the ball. We've given too many rushing yards. We haven't rushed the ball enough. We just got to control the line of scrimmage.
Thank you, Coach Drew York.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Gladys. Special right now. Please grab your ticket tag. Ticket number 932. If you'll take the ticket over to the Dixon room, you will get to $500 at the end of the third quarter.
We heard going to the locker room the words of Darren Waters, the head coach at Watkins Memorial. Let's find out from Kellyanne Stitz what the message was for the Licking Heights Hornets.
Coach Drew, you were just a 2-point game here at the half. What was your message to your team?
We really didn't have time. We're too busy trying to make some adjustments. Biggest thing is we got to control the line of scrimmage. At some point, we're going to have to be more physical at the point of attack and be able to run the ball. That's really about it.
Where are you looking to improve here in the second half to try to take the lead?
Really up front on both sides of the ball. We've given too many rushing yards. We haven't rushed the ball enough. We just got to control the line of scrimmage.
Thank you, Coach Drew.
Thank you.
Guys.
Kellyanne, thank you very much. The Licking Heights High School Marching Band put on quite a show during their performance earlier during the intermission. This look at their performance is sponsored by Music Go Around. Check out their locations at 2630 Bethel Road and inside the Stone Ridge Plaza in Gahanna. Ladies and gentlemen, the Licking Heights High School Marching Band. Licking Heights will get the football to start the second half when we get underway here momentarily. Jeff, you heard the comments of both head coaches. I think the comments of Austin Jr., though, kind of stood out about trying to be more physical with the line of scrimmage. That was one of our keys to the game tonight. They had to win that battle. They've had some big splash plays in the first half. They've been able to do some of that, but they want to run the football better in the second half.
Well, and you're talking to a coach who's a former offensive lineman, okay? That's his focus, is making sure you control that line of scrimmage, and he's absolutely right. That's one of the challenges that they've had. J.J. Shackelford, when he's given a little bit of time, has been able to connect with receivers. But again, here's a young man, fourth starting quarterback for this football team this season, and he's in there giving his best shot, and so far so good.
Shackelford, a 5'11", 155-pound junior, getting that start tonight. Certainly Licking Heights buoyed by the return of Jake Lupino. There you get a good look at that Watkins Memorial sideline as they get ready for half number 2. This rivalry means so much to so many people. And as we touched on a little bit earlier tonight, the fact that this is now back on a regular basis, it had a little bit of a hiatus for a number of years when the two teams were in different leagues. And both head coaches said when I was talking to them during the week about this game, how much both communities missed this game. And now that they're back and playing again tonight, the 44th edition of this rivalry, you remember these games when you come back to high school reunions and things along those lines. That's what makes these games so special.
Yeah, we had a rivalry game in high school as well, and I remember how special it was to be able to play in that game. Ours was always the last week of the season against Massillon Jackson was the name of the team. We just knew them as the Jackson Polar Bears. And it was a hard-fought game, and it continues to be a rivalry just like this one.
And here's the second half opening kick, but prior to that, a flag comes in.
Encroachment, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
So we will do it all over again. Watkins Memorial was offsides. And when you get ready to play the week of a game like this, Jeff, and again, I asked both coaches about the mindset going into this week, and I'm sure you remember, you could sense just a little different feel every practice, every snap, every day. But what's different this week, though, was fall break for these schools, so the kids weren't in the building, so it was a little different this week.
It was a little odd. They had that odd fall break in there where the students were off, so they didn't have those little pep rallies and things that are going on that you normally would get in a rivalry game. But they're here tonight, and they're making plenty of noise.
Kellyanne Stitz was saying prior to the game, there were folks here as early as 3 o'clock this afternoon lining up to get into this one. Here is the kick. This one on the way and on the return getting out across the 25-35. The ball did squirt free as losing the football was Powell, and Watkins Memorial with the first turnover of the night as they come away with the football. Falling on the loose ball on that kick for the Warriors was Maddox Mead, a 5'10", 170-pound sophomore, and a big play in a big game by that young man. And the Watkins Memorial offense will get the football.
Yeah, both teams now with a takeaway in the football game. You had the interception by Jake Lupino in the first half, and now watch his ball pop loose. No question about it. That is just great tackling. You have to secure the football.
Good job by Graham Smith from behind, Jeff.
Yeah, he got stripped.
Pulling the football loose.
That's the sophomore linebacker.
First down and 10 for Watkins Memorial after the turnover at the 35. Samson with the football, trying to get to the edge. Has the 30-yard line and is shoved out of bounds as he got across the 30, close to the first down marker. Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy.
Boy, a lot of deception and faking going on in the backfield. 2 fakes to 2 different running backs, and the quarterback's able to keep the football and continue. There's Drew Samsel's numbers. 3 out of 9 throwing the ball tonight. 1 pick, the ball that got knocked down at the line of scrimmage and fell into the hands of Jake Lapinto.
He's had 200 yards or more passing in each of the last 2 games off the back foot far side, and has Dylan Kennedy, the tight end, who gets across the 20. It is good enough for a first down, which is sponsored by Mighty Dog Roofing. And that also puts Watkins Memorial inside the Buckeye Basement Solution Red Zone Quality Solutions at an affordable price.
I want you to watch the nose guard, number 55, coming into your screen right here. He is running to the play from the nose guard position. Are you kidding me? What a terrific effort by that young man, Ahmed Samura.
Pretty good wheels right there by the 5'9", 280-pound senior.
He qualifies as the fire plug, too. Man, look at that over there. 5'9", 290. I love it.
Ball's at the 17. Play fake. It's Samsel with the football inside the 15-yard line and gets close to the 10. Samsel to the 12, a pickup of 5.
Good job of giving him a little shake out there and getting the ball up inside. Good play action read by the quarterback, and able to make somebody miss and pick up an extra 3 or 4 yards. And just like that, you've got it second down at the 11, 12-yard line and chance to make a first down.
Trying to take advantage of the mistake on the opening kick, the fumble. Back to throw as Samson now delivers, and a pass is taken right back. Stepping right in front of this pass, Watkins Memorial with the interception as Licking Heights has the football as Samson was picked off and running this one back across the midfield stripe and getting into Watkins Memorial territory. There's the freshman, Robert Talbert, who had an interception, a tipped pass last week, steps in front of this one, and then a speedy return as well, too. Watch the freshman, watch the play.
You know, what a great drop from the linebacker position. He was eyeing the quarterback the entire way, locked in on his eyes, and he was able to make the catch on the interception and bring it all the way back across midfield. And just like that, 2 turnovers in this game, and momentum going back and forth across Broad Street.
So the first down sponsored by Mighty Dog Roofing for the Licking Heights offense. Shackelford will stick the ball in the belly of Lapinto, then pull it back and be brought down for a loss of 1 back to the 46-yard line.
Shackelford just a junior, 5'11", 155-pound guy. You know, his passing stats coming into tonight's game, 0 for 0. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
What do you have at the break? $151 through the air?
That's
well, of course.
Pretty impressive.
Of course.
I love it.
A couple of minutes into this second half, we've already seen a couple of turnovers. They'll put Edwards in motion. A flag is down. Handoff goes inside Lapinto, and absolutely nothing.
May have had some motion in the backfield. We'll see here.
Illegal shift. 3 men in motion at the same time. Offensive lineman went set while the running back was in motion. 5-yard penalty, second down.
As the legendary play-by-play voice of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Paul Keels, would tell you, that's a violation of the previously agreed upon rules. Ball moved back to the 49.
That's the best interpretation of that call I think you could make.
Loss of the 5-yard walk-off moves the ball back to the 49, their own 49-yard line. For the Licking Heights Hornets, school located in Pataskala. Built a new building a few years ago. Had their first win on their new field last week. Long throw downfield will fall incomplete. It is also one of the rapidly growing school districts in the east part of the greater Columbus area. There's a penalty flag down as well, too, at the 42.
Could be defensive interference or holding at the line of scrimmage. Oh, ineligible.
They had one of those calls earlier in the first half, did Licking Heights, when Shackelford was running, trying to create something.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 88 offense was covered. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's the tight end, Christian Watson.
Yeah, if you get a wide receiver that lines up on the line of scrimmage and there is a tight end inside of him on the line of scrimmage, then that makes him an ineligible receiver.
And that is exactly what happened. That'll make it second down and long, second and 21. Licking Heights needs to get to the Watkins Memorial 35. Shackelford to throw and has Ayers far side, and he is bumped out of bounds in front of his bench after just getting back into Watkins Memorial territory at the 46-yard line. As you watch Shackelford just aim, deliver, and throw.
Yeah, pitch and catch.
Yeah.
This is easy stuff. And receiver Josiah Ayers did a really good job for his quarterback by finding a soft spot in the zone and just kind of sitting down, and gave him a big target to be able to throw to.
Third catch of the night. He is a yard away from the century mark. On third down and 11, Shackelford looking to throw, heaving it long down the middle of the field, and this one is batted away. Ayers was the intended receiver, but back on coverage that time for Watkins Memorial was the strong safety, Maddox Scozen, the 5'11", 155-pound junior.
Just amazed that they're trying to throw the ball deep down the field. Again, this is a real challenge for this young man to be able to have the timing and the experience to be able to hook up on some of those long throws. Now, he's connected on a few of them tonight. It'll bring up a punt formation. Jake Lapinto. Yep.
Jeff, you hear a lot of times coaches will say an injury doesn't change what we would do on offense. I'm gathering this is the same mindset for Austin Drewer and his football team.
But I think if you're quarterback position, and you got to go with the strengths of that young man.
Here's the kick by Lapinto, fielded waist high. The ball is juggled and held onto by Apel. And Apel is brought down out across the 20-yard line. We've had a couple of turnovers so far, but neither team able to cash in on them. Here at half number 2, still a 2-point lead for Watkins Memorial in our Friday night rivals matchup.
Get out there and get away. Hit the trails and take it off-road.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota truck.
Like the trail-dominating Toyota Tacoma.
The best-selling truck in its class for the past 19 years.
You want to know how they stay #1? You give Tacoma a more advanced powertrain. This hybrid iForce Max delivers 326 horsepower.
Now you can lease a new Tacoma from just $319 a month and get 2 years no-cost maintenance included.
Nobody builds trucks better than Toyota. Let's go places.
Tolliver on the first play from scrimmage after the punt, gets out across the 20 to the 26-yard line for Watkins Memorial. We were talking prior to the break about the growth of the Licking Heights district and the Watkins Memorial district as well too. They've moved up to Division I this year after a Division II stay last season. Tolliver again looking for something, finds a little gap, gets through it, has the first down. Sponsored by Mighty Dog Roofing as it gets out across the 30-yard line to the 32.
It's really interesting, the transformation of a lot of these school districts. Again, as you see JoJo Tolliver trying to find an open spot there, able to pick up some yards. We've seen it in the Old Tansy School District, Marty. We've talked about the fact that they're going to add another high school most likely. And now because of all of the growth out here from a logistics standpoint and what Intel is doing, it's going to create more pressure on these schools in Licking County.
Tolliver again, and will be knocked down shy of the 40-yard line as he got out to the 37, a pickup of 5 for JoJo Tolliver. There is Robert Talbert over there to make the stop. And that's one of the reasons why the Licking County League expanded as it did, bringing in Mount Vernon and Zanesville. Again, we referenced that in half number 1, how if you know your Ohio 88 county geography, neither one of those are in Licking County, but still good fits from a enrollment size standpoint, balances the league out nicely. In the two divisions, you have the larger schools in the Buckeye, you have the smaller schools in the other division, and it works for all concerned. Samsel rolling to throw now on second down. They will deliver ahead, and the pass is caught. This is another first down right out to the midfield stripe, a pickup of 13 as Samsel able to find Apel for the pitch and catch first down. Again, Mighty Dog Roofing sponsors that first down, and the Watkins Memorial drive will continue.
Yeah, Jake Lapinto with another stop on the defensive side, but again, a very difficult throw by Drew Samsel.
Boy, that wasn't it?
Yeah, man, he's a right-handed thrower going to his left, and you saw how he had to cross around his body, and that's how you get a little bit of extra zip on the football, is trying to step into it in that method.
Abel had to play quarterback in the Tays Valley game when Samsel didn't play that night. Graham Smith the carry, and he dances into Licking Heights territory. You know, it's funny, Jeff, we were referencing all the growth in areas. If you bring somebody into the Central Ohio area who hasn't been here for about 25 or 30 years, they just wouldn't believe you.
Not a chance. Not a chance. This is reminiscent of the very first drive of the evening that we saw Watkins Memorial chew up about 6 minutes of clock, resulting in a touchdown to go up in this game 6-0.
Samsel with the football to the far side of the field and finds some running room and may have edged his way to another first down. He did. He steps out of bounds at the 40 and another first down for Watkins Memorial. Good running there by Samsel. Good play fake.
Good faking. Yeah, exactly. Good faking in the backfield. You saw the end, Robert Talbert. Now, we've been giving Robert Talbert a lot of credit. He's been really good tonight. That time, freshman mistake. He bit on the fake. He's got the responsibility of making sure that if that quarterback keeps the football into the boundary, he's got to stay at home.
Good job by Graham Smith as well, too. That was the player that Samsel faked the handoff to. Here's an incomplete pass as he was trying to get the ball ahead.
Guess who's on defense there?
Tight end. And Samsel, the pass incomplete. There's a pretty good pop laid on as well, too, as they tried to complete that pass. That'll bring up a second down call. Next week, final week of the regular season, we got a big one for you. We're headed back to Pickerington for the OCC Ohio Division battle as Gahanna takes on Pickerington North. The Newman Roofing pregame kickoff starts at 5 o'clock on ABC 6 with Kellyanne Stitz. Then she joins Jeff and I for the broadcast on the CW Columbus at 7 o'clock. Next week's game preview sponsored by Newman Roofing. Don't just get a roof and a new roof, get a Newman roof. 614-NEW-ROOF. And a fumble gives the football back to the Licking Heights Hornets, as falling on the football is another freshman, free safety Tip Davis.
Wow, they're bringing the ball all the way back.
Well, that was clearly a fumble.
Yeah.
Clearly a fumble.
Yeah, no question. No, they were just setting the ball there, but every official was throwing their beanbag. Multicolored beanbags tonight. Must be near Halloween.
You can go to the pumpkin show and find out.
Don't even start.
And goes to Ogunlehi. He's trying to get to the edge, Ogunlehi, and he is dropped. We had one mistake in the first half, and as Jeff and I mentioned, we were going through the halftime highlights, a pretty cleanly played half number one. We've played halfway through quarter number 3, and we've already got 3 turnovers.
Yeah, everybody's spitting the bit. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Again, arm tackles that are reaching in there and getting the ball loose. Got to secure the football.
Second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. They'll toss it to Ogunlehi, trying to go to the outside, and Rocco Paschal has had him zeroed in almost night long, knowing exactly where number 8 is. And a nice job by the junior linebacker to stretch the field.
Yeah, really good recognition by that young man, being able to get on his horse and get after the play very quickly. Again, you got a really fast running back, and look at 44 just zoned him down. I mean, that was just terrific effort by Rocco Paschal.
3rd down and 8. That last play lost a yard back to the 32. 5:40 to go here in this third quarter. So glad you're spending your football Friday with us. We have 1 week of high school football regular season to go. Shackelford back to throw. Looking, sets, delivers ahead, leaping grab by Lapindo, and he was sandwiched after making the catch and dropped. Jimmy Bogle was into the game along the defensive line, and he made a heck of a play right there. Lapindo had to go airborne to haul that one in, and Bogle's letting everybody know what a great play he made right there.
Yeah, Bogle was laying back. He read the play. He recognized exactly what was going on, that they were trying to set up the screen, and Bogle just sat there and waited for the ball to be thrown, and there you see him along with his friend Brody Meyer in there making the play.
That was 550 pounds combining on the stop of Jake Lapindo right there.
Well, in the battle of field position, Watkins is going to get the ball back in very good field position, assuming they can field this punt cleanly. And back there is Apel, and this is the guy with the club hand back there because of the fracture.
Fair catch called for, fair catch made at the 38-yard line. Turnovers galore here in half number 2, but the score stays the same. Watkins Memorial 14, Licking Heights 12. Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center, tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, the ABC6 News app, and on the CWColumbus.com. 4:46 to go here in this third quarter. We have had 3 turnovers, but neither team has been able to capitalize on those mistakes here in this quarter, and the lead holds at 14-12 for the Warriors of Watkins Memorial and the Hornets of Licking Heights in the 44th Battle of Broad Street matchup. Samsel back to throw for Watkins Memorial. Once near side, once Ricketts. Can he catch up to it? No, the pass is incomplete. Josiah Ayers was stride for stride with him as they were racing down the sideline. Pass incomplete. That'll bring up a second down.
Yeah, Jaden Ricketts trying to make a double move. And that's a pretty good matchup over there. Jaden Ricketts, who has that offer from the Ohio State University, impressed Brian Hartline enough to make that offer during camp, going up against the shutdown corner, Josiah Ayers, and really nowhere for Drew Samsel to be able to throw that football.
Would you like the play call?
Yeah. Well, you want to stretch the defense.
Right. Handoff inside. This is Graham Smith rumbling out near the midfield, or near the 45-yard line, I should say. Line of scrimmage, the 37, so he picks up 8. That'll bring up a third down and short call. Good look at the sophomore running back. Licking Heights, despite the fact they are 3-5, they have scored 17 points a game, but allowed 17 points a game. Watkins Memorial has scored 17 a game, but gives up 23. Here's Samsel. First down and more as he gets back into Hornets territory as he angles towards the near side and is knocked out of bounds at the 46. It's another first down game. The first down sponsored by Mighty Dog Roofing. Drew Samsel running right at you here.
Good job of blocking out there by number 19, Jaden Ricketts, too. You see on the left side of your screen, he was able to create the separation there to be able to allow his quarterback to get the first down. And once again, it looks like Watkins Memorial is eating up time and eating up yards as they go along, but they've got to control the football. 2 turnovers here in quarter number 3 for them.
Gain of 9. Again, here is Samsel throwing off the back foot and rolling the opposite way, again trying to hit Apel.
You cannot have enough arm strength to be able to make that play. I mean, it just, you got to be able to set your feet first as the quarterback, and not a very good opportunity whatsoever.
A number of times he has rolled to throw the football like that. He does have a couple of completions that way.
A little confusion late getting the play call in.
Both these teams have played a very good Thornville Sheridan team. Watkins lost to them 17-7 in week number 2. Licking Heights beat the Generals in week number 3, 27-7. They had 237 yards rushing that night, did the Hornets.
We'll bring up about third down and a long one, maybe 2. We're going to need to get to the 36-yard line, Marty, for that first down.
Ball across the 40. Good look at that Watkins Memorial huddle.
Paschal in the game.
They used him in the first half. He scored a touchdown in that first half.
Now you got that trips backfield with 3 running backs.
And the handoff goes to the second man through. That's Braden Waldron working to the left side, and he gets the first down, advancing the ball to the 32.
They love running those linebackers in there to be able to be runners. Again, great effort by that young man. Got 3 options, hand it to the first, second, or third guy, or maybe a 4th option. Quarterback could keep it there, but good decision and good lead blocks on that left side of that offensive line by Chris Flowers and Loden Murray.
Kilbourne beat Watkins Memorial in the season opener, got him in overtime, 16-13. Then that 17-7 loss to Sheridan. Handed off, here's Tolliver after they go with the big guys inside. They go with the speed and the cutback, and Tolliver gets inside the 25 to the 24. And a 7-point loss to a 7-1 Johnstown team. They lost 31-14 to 7-1 Granville. Beat Mount Vernon in overtime, and then last week rolled past Zanesville. So again, much like Licking Heights, you lose your opener in overtime. You take a very good Johnstown team down to the wire, lose by 7. Play Granville straight up. This is Waldron again. inside the 20, inside the red zone for a first down. They've entered the Buckeye Basement Solution red zone, have the Watkins Memorial Warriors. Quality solutions at an affordable price.
That offensive line doing a good job. Good lead block again in there by number 44, Paschal. They love that power set back there with those big linebackers, and here they come again. And the guy in the tailback spot, JoJo Oliver, is a 190-pound tailback. That's a load too.
Inside Paschal, the football this time, and he's still on the go and will make his way into the end zone. Touchdown. Wow. Rocco Paschal just continued to drive and drive and drive and gets into the end zone. What a run by the converted linebacker to running back. Rocco Paschal, watch this. No one would just stop him.
He just kept going. They're trying to tackle the ball at this stage, and you can't do that with a big guy like this. You got to tackle the man.
Oh, man alive.
Again, good job by the offensive line, but you got to give a lot of effort, or a lot of respect here to that young man, Paschal, who's got his second touchdown. Kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, 20-12, Watkins Memorial.
He had to bully his way into the end zone for the first one. Had to do the same thing here. There were Hornets defenders grabbing him by the shirt, grabbing him around the waist. He just would not be denied and gets into the end zone. Impressive run right there, and that increases the lead to 21-12. Back down to the sidelines again, and Kellyanne Stitz.
Guys, this rivalry game produces a lot of positive competition also within the community. They hold several events leading up into tonight's rivalry game, including the annual Pack the Pantry food drive. This year, Licking Heights won the drive, collecting over 15,000 items, while Watkins brought in 12,000 overall. Together, they collected 27,000 items that will be donated to local food banks here in town. Both schools also held a blood drive, and community members participated in a spaghetti dinner at the local Nutcracker here in town. The dinners raised proceeds that benefited both schools, raising $7,000 towards scholarships, guys.
I think Marty attended that Nutcracker. That sounds like his kind of his cup of tea.
I've been there, but I missed the spaghetti dinner.
Of course, that is your cup of tea.
I have to get you out more. No question about that. You need to see more of Central Ohio than just a golf course. Ayers fields the kick, trying to reverse his field, but a lot of guys wearing black are there to greet him, and he's knocked out of bounds near side at the 142 mark. The lead expands to 21-12, courtesy of that last scoring drive. 8 plays, 63 yards. It took almost 3 minutes, capped off by the Rocco Paschal touchdown run. The scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. 21-12 now the lead for Watkins Memorial.
And no need to panic here if you're Licking Heights, but you got to control the football. You got to take care of the football. Ball security, critically important. The guy that has to make a difference in this game right now, number 45, Jake Lapinto. All right, J.J. Shackelford's giving you all he's got out there tonight, but when you got that boost to number 45 back in after the injury, he's got to make another big play.
Lapinto takes the handoff and again finds just a lot of Watkins Memorial Warriors there waiting on him. Donovan Shepard, the junior defensive end, was there to make the tackle. You'll have a chance to get caught up with what's happening with your favorite high school football team as you join Kellyanne Stitz tonight for FNR Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Columbus State Community College. It is after college football coming your way on Fox 28. So the play lost 3, back to the 20-yard line. 2nd and 13. Little toss, Lapinto hit in the backfield, evades the tackle, and again is gang tackled. This will be another loss here.
Where the strong safety, Mattos Skozin, came up to try to make the initial hit. Again, watch the strong safety getting 5 yards deep into the backfield. That means they're bringing the heat. They're blitzing like crazy, and there's not much for that offensive line to do. And he's going to have to do a little play action here, but it's a 3rd and
16.
Yeah,
back-to-back 3-yard losses, Jeff.
No good.
25 seconds left in the quarter. They'll put a couple of wides to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shackelford back to throw. Steps up into the pocket and will run, and is caught and brought down. Chasing him down was Loden Murray, 6'1", 205-pound junior, in along that defensive line. And he grabbed the junior quarterback, Shackelford, and drops him for another loss. And Licking Heights will have to kick the football away.
Yeah, he didn't even have a chance to set his feet back there as you look at Loden Murray, the defensive end. able to make the play.
That will do it for quarter number 3. We go to the final 12 minutes of play. At Watkins Memorial, the Warriors tack on to their lead at quarter number 3 and lead Licking Heights heading to the fourth quarter, 21-12. Moon over Pataskala. 21-12. Watkins Memorial leads Licking Heights. Welcome back to our Friday Night Rivals Week number 9 matchup. Along with the Ohio State Hall of Famer Jeff Logan. Kellyanne Stitz is on the sidelines. I'm Marty Bannister. Jason Van Hoos has our stats tonight. Dean Marini and our entire CW Columbus crew. Glad to have you with us here on this Friday. And here is the punt by Lapinto. It will take a Watkins roll. Might have hit one of the upbacks. The beanbag comes in, so it is a live ball. And we'll see who falls on it.
Boy, there have been some silly special teams plays tonight. There is no reason for a black shirt to be anywhere near that ball. And they're calling it in favor of Watkins.
They'll have the football.
It looked like one of the guys who was down there blocking got pushed back into the ball possibly, and that's when everybody started scrambling for it.
Give a quick shout out to our statistician Jason Van Hoos, who has worked with us all season. It's his final game with us tonight. Next week he will be doing what a dad should do next Friday night. He'll be with his daughter Megan, who makes her walk on senior night at Hamilton Township High School.
Congratulations.
My niece, so I'm doubly proud. So
we're going to miss you, my friend. You've been a great asset all season long. Thank you.
First down and 10 for Watkins Memorial. Again, they'll stack the eye. They're just trying to punish Licking Heights right now. And this is Waldron spinning across the 45-yard line. You wondered at what point some of that would start to take effect here, that big offensive line that Watkins Memorial has, led by the 6'4", 300-pounder at the center spot, Jimmy Bogle. Some of these big guys that carry the football, they're just starting to wear down Licking Heights a little bit right now.
Yep. It'll be an interesting week 10 for this Watkins Memorial football team. They've got Licking Valley 7-1 going into tonight's game.
With Jason not with us next week, everybody forgot to tell you you're doing stats next week too.
That's good.
Yeah. Handoff again goes to Waldron. Look at him run and just carry people with him across the 45 into Licking Heights territory to the 40-yard line. Another first down gain. First down sponsored by Classic Exteriors.
Looks like we got a cramp. He is absolutely gassed down there. Braden Waldron playing both sides tonight, getting a lot more carries than he is used to, but cramping up a little bit there at the end of the play, so they'll get him off the field as quickly as they possibly can.
You would think, Jeff, if they are able to go ahead and salt this one away, ball carried to the 40-yard line. As we were telling you earlier, with the divisions or with the region that they're in, rather, of the computer rankings in Division I, Watkins Memorial I'm speaking of, if they go ahead and win this game tonight, they are pretty much, I think, locked in because, again, the two teams behind them are winless.
Yep.
So they do get points for the win over Licking Heights.
They're not gonna like that matchup in week 1, though.
Handoff goes to Paschal as he spins across the 40-yard line. If everything were hold right now, if the playoffs started today line, well, they would get Olentangy Orange.
Pretty tough. Orange. Pretty tough mix.
Yeah, well,
that division, that region, is ultra competitive. It is amazing. By the way, we've got Gahanna next week, and one of the reports that I was able to get last night from one of the coaches, my friend Roy Hall, who does radio with me, is that their quarterback, Brennan Ward, who is the son of the head coach, who is committed to go play at Kentucky, broke his hand in the game last week, is out for the season, and so they're trying to find a backup quarterback.
Second down and 8 call. Samsel with the football, trying to get around the edge. Bogle leading the way. Samsel tries to get to the far side and does, and picks up another first down as he carries from the 38-yard line to the 28-yard line. He picks up 10. How about the big guy Bogle, the center, pulling and then leading the way around the edge.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive to be able to get the big dog out there in front of you. And look at the rundown, though, by Robert Talbot. That's the freshman defensive end, running him down from nowhere. I mean, here's a 9th grader out there playing Division I high school, the high school level, the biggest divisions that we have out there playing, competing.
First down and 10 for Watkins Memorial. 9.5 to go in the game. And again, they're just bunching up in that eye and just powering the football down the field. JoJo Tolliver with the carry. And Tolliver to the 25-yard line. Still on the go. The pile again moves forward. And Tolliver able to do it again. That's how Paschal scored the touchdown earlier in the game. And Tolliver that time just getting the tush push. And ahead he goes as the pile ganged up. And watch, he just continues to go.
Yep, the rule is as long as he's making progress and his feet have not left the ground.
Exactly. So that gives Tolliver a 7-yard gain, so they're shy of the first down. Second down upcoming. Again, I formation. And to the right side, it's Waldron. And this time, Licking Heights has the answers. They shove him back. The computer rankings we were talking about a couple of moments ago, the two teams behind Watkins Memorial are both winless. We have a player slow after the play. We'll tell you more about that when we come back. Exactly 9 minutes to go in a game that Watkins Memorial leads over Licking Heights 21-12.
Get out there and get away. Get to a game. Get out for a night out in a new Toyota.
Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like this all-wheel drive RAV4 Hybrid.
When it comes to SUVs, more people count on RAV4 year after year after year.
Now get 4.99 APR financing on a new RAV4 or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $339 a month, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota. Let's go places.
Buckeyes are off tomorrow, but the football fever is not. It is the perfect play for every Buckeye football fanatic. Watch the football fever on ABC 6 tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Dave Holmes, Kellyanne Stitz, getting you ready for a big, big day of college football tomorrow. Huge games, Texas, Georgia tomorrow. That one should be interesting. Dalton Pond is the Licking Heights player, making his way off the field with some assistance. The computer rankings I was referring to a moment ago, Watkins Memorial right now 16th in their region. Behind them are Thomas Worthington and Westerville Central, both who have not won a game. So from that standpoint, you have to like your chances, especially if you put this one in the victory column tonight, if you're Darren Waters.
Boy, think of their improvement if they could get a win against Licking Valley in week number 10 as well.
Samsel will hand off. Paschal flipped airborne, and he was close to the first down. He didn't get it. He's going to be about a half-yard shy.
Yeah, they're in 4-down territory, no question about it here. Just eating the clock up as best they can, down to 8:30 remaining, and that puts us in the Newman Roofing red zone.
Jeff was referencing some of the power teams in this region. Olentangy Orange, Olentangy Liberty, both Pickeringtons, Central and North. Upper Arlington, Olentangy Berlin, Gahanna Lincoln, Grove City.
Pick your poison.
Need I continue?
Right? I mean, pick your poison.
And to show you, as they go on fourth down, Samsel with the play fake, rolling to the near side, steps inside, slips and falls, but I think even the slip was enough for the first down. And you could see Samsel looking to the far side to make sure he got past it.
They may want to measure this one. They're taking their
it's
time.
Close.
And that was just cutting off the inside foot. This is a little bit of a dangerous play because of how long it takes to develop, but they've gone ahead and given him the first down. Watch again.
Did he slip or did he trip? Watch. I think he might have tripped over Bogle's foot. Watch this. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He tripped right over his offensive lineman's foot. But I think they got the mark exactly right.
Yeah, I think
That's where
so,
it should
too.
be. And first and 10 at the 18-yard line.
That big right foot of Bogle was behind him, and Samsel tripped over it, but he still had enough momentum to fall into the Buckeye Basement Solution red zone. Quality Solutions at an affordable price.
Boy, there's nothing better than running out there on the perimeter and having 77 out in front of you, though. My goodness. It's like the lights go out.
Again, they just line up in that triple I, if you will, and it's Tolliver this time inside the 15-yard line where he's brought down. I wanted to mention one other team that resides in the same region that we were talking about in the computer rankings, Region 3. That's a team we saw last week, the Olentangy Braves. They're 7-1, but they're 11th in this region. And a lot of that is because of the teams that they have beaten to get to 7-1. They have played this year only one team that has a winning record, and that was the season opener where they lost to Olentangy Liberty. Everybody else they've played has been 2-6, 3-5, 1-7. They've played a couple of 0-8s, 3 0-8s in fact, and have played 2-6 Marysville. Tonight they're playing 3-5 Dublin Jerome, but that's why they're 11th in the region, because they just aren't getting the points despite being 7-1.
Yep, they're just a victim of their own OCC division, their OCC conference there, and the big nose guard, Ahmed Samura, in there making the play. He has been going up all night, man-to-man, against Jimmy Bogle. I guarantee you both of them are going to remember this game tomorrow morning. Very impressive the way that both of those guys have played.
Brings up a third down call. Licking Heights will call a timeout, stopping the clock with 6:13 to go in the game. We showed you at the intermission the Licking Heights High School Marching Band. Let's take a look now at the Watkins Memorial High School Marching Band. This look is sponsored by Music Go Round. Check out their locations at 2630 Bethel Road and inside the Stone Ridge Plaza in Gahanna, the Watkins Memorial High School Marching Band. Doing a great job tonight, entertaining the fans as we roll along here. Now, Licking Heights comes into this game 13th in their region, despite holding a 3-5 record. But again, you look at the teams they have beaten, they got a lot of points for that win over 6-2 Sheridan. That's really helped them out a lot, because their other 2 wins are over 1-7 Lakewood and 2-6 Mount Vernon. So the win over Sheridan, a big boost from the computer. Samsel back to throw now, delivers over the middle and has a receiver in end zone. Touchdown, John Apel, the senior on senior night, makes the touchdown reception, his 3rd touchdown catch in the last 2+ games. And Watkins Memorial has opened up some separation. The lead increases to 27-12.
Yeah, pretty good move out there by Apel, and he is against Josiah Ayers, their best cover man, but he just beat him on an inside. Oh, excuse me, I was incorrect on that. That looked like the defense.
That was Javin Murcia, who was the outside linebacker who he beat. That's a lot to ask of an outside linebacker to make that type of coverage.
I wondered why there was that much separation. These jersey numbers are kind of tough to see the yellow on the white tonight, but Javin Murcia gave him that inside look, and he was able to take advantage of it, and they're going to go for 2.
They'll hand it off, and plowing towards the goal line and getting in for the 2-point conversion, JoJo Tolliver. The lead now goes to 29-12 with 6:09 to go in the game, as Watkins Memorial has cashed in this 4th quarter to increase their lead to 17 points in the Battle of Broad Street. It's Watkins Memorial on top. Suicide prevention is a serious topic that needs to be tackled. That's why Friday Night Rivals is proud to partner with 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline of Ohio. Call, text, or chat for free to get confidential mental health support anytime. 6:09 to play in the game. 11 plays, 74-yard, 4-minute, 41-second scoring drive has allowed Watkins Memorial to expand their lead to 29-12. The scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. Braden Windnagel to kick the football away, does all the kicking for Darren Waters' football team, which is 6 minutes and 9 seconds away from having a street named after them in Pataskala. Here's the kick. Bounced around a couple of times and picked up now by Powell as he gets out across the 15-yard line. 6:01 to play. Does Licking Heights have a comeback in them? Let's head down to the sidelines, though, and check in with Kellyanne Stitz.
Guys, I want to highlight a key person on the field tonight. She may be the smallest in stature on there, but she makes her presence known. Official Amanda Harding is in her 12th year officiating high school football and Division III football, college football. Her dad is an official and inspired her to get into this game. The two started off officiating basketball games together. She is here tonight. She said her dad is elsewhere officiating another high school football game. And guys, it's truly great to see women taking on these roles on all levels in football.
That is more common than uncommon these days in the world of officiating.
At the NFL level, the college level. Yeah.
A little confusion here. Let's see what the officials do with this one as Shackelford is shoved out of bounds and onto the running track behind the bench on the far side. He lost his balance and tumbled down.
The entire offensive line didn't move an inch. The quarterback took the ball, though, and took off, and they're giving him the gain.
It's going to stand, yeah. Watch this.
A lot of people going palms up over there, but the ball was snapped. Oh, well.
Give Shackelford credit. He realized, well, I guess I better do something with the darn thing. He's back to throw now. We'll heave it down the far side, and this one is way out of play and out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 5:50 to go. Jeff was referencing that quarterback situation for Austin Brewer's team. Grady Stevens, Jalen Fillmore, Jake Lopinto, Reese Powell have all been at quarterback at some point during the season. It's been mainly Fillmore, Stevens, and Powell, Lopinto, on wildcat formations and things along those lines. J.J. Shackelford getting the start tonight. And to be 3-5 and dealing with all of that, I think it's a pretty good coaching job right there.
No doubt.
Back to throw Shackelford, being chased, just shovels the ball ahead, middle of the field. The pass is caught by Ogunlehi. Here comes some speed out to the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. First down and more, 45, still on to go. Look at Ogunlehi, pull the Powell with him and gets into Watkins Memorial territory. That's the dangerous thing about that young man who has electric speed. You saw it right there. They just got the ball in his hands and he did the rest.
What a huge play. And again, give J.J. Shackelford a lot of credit. The heat was coming, and now the athleticism is going to take over for Ogunlehi, and look at him just continue to go. Final tackle made by Cooper Hunt, and they're on the move.
37 yards. Rolling to the near side now is Shackelford. He'll continue ahead with the football. 45 of Watkins, 40 down the sideline, 30, and is run out of bounds.
Well, that's the way to use that great speed of his, and a couple times in this game I've said to you, he needs to just tuck it and run instead of trying to throw the ball downfield. That really puts the pressure on the defense.
23-yard sprint for a Licking Heights Hornets first down, sponsored by Classic Exteriors, as he moves to the 24 of Watkins Memorial. Hornets not rolling up the carpet on this one just yet.
No, I'll tell you what, it just pressure right away. I mean, there was no option for him other than to bootleg out there and just run as fast as he possibly could. They are in business at the 24-yard line.
Austin Brewers football team trying to pick up its 4th win of the season, though.
Timeout.
Scrimmage after the Watkins Memorial timeout. The timeout on the field sponsored by Aware Recovery Care. In-home addiction help is waiting for you at awarerecoverycare.com. Ball's at the 24-yard line. 5:12 to go. 5:12 to go in this game. We have reached that time of our broadcast each and every Friday night during Friday Night Rivals. The music tells you that it's time once again for
Logan's Heroes. Again, we've been talking a lot about playoffs. Here we are in week number 9, and here are my 5 top schools so far with what I believe to have the greatest chance to go deep into the playoffs. Grandview Heights has got a big game tonight against Valley. Harvest Prep versus LaSalle. That is a big matchup for them. Bishop Watterson against Harrison, and I want to tell you, Bishop Watterson in week number 10 will play DeSales. That will be a terrific game. Olentangy Orange, pretty good football team. We've been talking about them all night. Their last week game will be against Liberty. That again is a big one. And then Pick Central is my pick out of that region as well. I just believe Pick Central is too good to ignore.
First down and 10. Shackelford rolling with the football from the 24-yard line, and you could hear some of the oohs in the background as Jimmy Bogle came over to emphasize those oohs as he made the big hit on Shackelford.
Now they got 77 going both ways at this point, and again, tucking the ball and running, taking care of the football. Do not need to fumble here if you're going to have any chance to be able to win this football game. It's a 3-score game, Marty. Makes it very difficult, but this team has not given up. It's a rivalry game, of course.
Carried to the 16. And puts them inside the Buckeye Basement Solution red zone. Quality solutions at an affordable price. Shackelford trying to keep them in the red zone, but will be tackled for a loss back at the 21-yard line. Rocco Paschal, who I would have to think is a serious contender for player of the game.
No doubt about it. I mean, this kid has been all over. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight on the offensive side, but I've been more impressed with what he has done defensively, running down plays and players with more athleticism than he has. But he never gives up on a play.
Jeff, was that the very definition of a great angle right there?
That was perfect. He really understood where that thing was going to go, and we've got another injured player down on the field for Licking Heights. Coach Drewer over there with his football team.
As we mentioned, Ohio State may be idle, but you can still get ready for game day on Saturday with the perfect play. That, of course, is the Buckeye Fever podcast. It's the only way to feed your unquenchable thirst for the Scarlet and Gray, bringing you the X's and O's, stories from the sideline you've never heard before. It's the best damn podcast in the land. The Buckeye Fever podcast, streamed now on the ABC6 YouTube channel or wherever you get podcasts. Jeff Logan can help you find any podcast available anywhere online.
Absolutely. I listened to Jim Tressel's
that's a very good listen.
Podcast on the way out here tonight.
It is a
By the way,
very
injured
good
player going off the field is J.J. Shackelford. Now who's going to play quarterback? We have got a clean uniform out there. Number 5.
So at the quarterback spot is Grady Stevens, who has played quarterback during the season, and Stevens is in the game, and he has dropped for an enormous loss back at the 39-yard line. Chasing him down was Loden Murray as Stevens was rolling, trying to find somebody downfield. Credit the defensive backs on coverage there, but Murray was able to find Stevens. Paschal missed him, but then Murray finished him off.
Now, Stevens, a 6'4" senior in there, and as you mentioned, he was part of the mix trying to figure out who can play quarterback for this football team this year. J.J. Shackelford injured on that scramble play.
Play loses back to the 39-yard line. They have had a quartet of quarterbacks this year, have the Licking Heights Hornets. And trying to salvage a comeback here. A penalty flag comes in. This will be a delay of game. They were all out of sorts, you could tell.
Red ball, delay of game. Offense, number 5, 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
That'll move the ball back to the 44-yard line. See Austin Drewer almost drop his head as he walks back towards his sideline. This is still, though, a team that I think you look to the future, and there are some young talent. There's some young talent on this team. Jeff mentioned the play of Talbert at linebacker. Shackelford is a junior. Fred Saunders is a junior on that offensive line. Jordan Seidel is a junior. Matthew Schmitz is a junior. Back to throw is Stevens. Steps up into the pocket now. Wanted to throw, but is grabbed in the backfield, and he'll be thrown down. Patrick Schroyer, 6'1", 195-pound sophomore, never quit on that play. Fought off a block and got to the quarterback and drops him for a loss back in his own territory at the 47-yard line. This is one of the big plays defensively so far in this game by Watkins Memorial, but the young man we're going to show you scored the touchdown here and then come up with a big tackle as you watch Rocco Paschal do what he has known to do for this Watkins Memorial football program.
Boy, this is it. This is where J.J. Shackelford got hurt at the end, and I'll tell you what, that young man has had an MVP night tonight. I mean, that is very special for this guy, and he has been really important to his football team.
As good as advertised, the 5'9", 215-pound junior. Keep that in mind, too, a junior, Rocco Paschal. So he'll be back for Darren Waters next season. With 2:52 on downs, football goes back to Watkins Memorial. Here's Tolliver bouncing off one defender, continuing ahead across the 40 to the 36-yard line. And this has just become the physicality of Watkins Memorial right now, Jeff Logan, winning out in this football game.
Yeah, they're having their way with them from a physical standpoint, and that doesn't mean that Licking Heights has given up. I mean, those kids are out there, they're busting their rear end as well, but it just feels like the team in black is running downhill.
Ball at the 36 as the clock rolls to the 2.5-minute mark. Again, Watkins next week will close up with 7-1 Licking Valley. Licking Heights gets winless Zanesville next week in their final home game of the season. And final game of the season, in fact. Tolliver again, near side. And gets inside the 30-yard line and picks up another first down for the Watkins Memorial offense. The first down sponsored by Classic Exteriors.
Now, Watkins Memorial should be in no hurry to run these plays at this stage. Leading 29-12, they should allow that play clock, which is right now at 21 seconds, to just continue to run down before they snap the ball. Got junior quarterback Drew Samsel there. He should be staring that clock down.
This formation they're using now, this triple I, if you will, they went to this early in the third quarter, and you could just see as it went on, as Tolliver moves to the right side and picks up a couple of yards, what it did to Licking Heights. And you're right, Jeff, there was no quit in the Hornet team at all, but they just started to get pushed around a little bit up front, that offensive line, and the big backs of Watkins Memorial made the difference in the second half.
You know who really likes it when you line up in that triple I is the offensive line. They love the offensive line, loves that because they know it's going to be our power against your power.
Clock is stopped with 98 seconds left in the game. These two communities, the players all know one another so well. So close together are the two schools. Separated, Broad Street runs down the middle of the district between the two schools. Hence, Battle of Broad Street. Josiah Ayers has had a big night tonight. But it's been too much of the Watkins Memorial Warriors offensive line and their big backs here, especially in half number 2. Samsel, the play fake, rolls to throw, lofts the ball ahead, and has the receiver wide open, making the catch and into the end zone. Touchdown for Watkins Memorial. That was Braden Windnagel, who snuck behind the defense and was wide open. And Samsel lobs him the football for the score to increase the margin to 35-12.
Now, play action, everybody expecting run, including me up here. Just killed the clock, but nope, they wanted one more, and they got it with the play action.
Windnagel, the senior, on senior night, gets into the end zone.
And Windnagel will be the extra point kicker.
Snap is good, the hold is good. And the kick is good. 36-12 is the lead for Watkins Memorial in this Battle of Broad Street game, which will go their way this year.
You may still have time to make it down to the Pumpkin Festival before night's all over. What do you think?
Boy, I sure would like to know where that started. Not the Pumpkin Festival.
Well, we're close.
I'd like to know how you even got. Do you know geography? We're a good distance from Circleville.
I just know where we are.
Oh, okay.
A long way from home. We've got to be close because I drove a long way to get out here.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
I don't know. I'm not sure where you're at. I got a pretty good idea where the rest of us are. There's Winnego to kick the football away. Thank goodness. Getting out to the 30-yard line and spinning free, and this is Josiah Ayers, and he might go the distance. 35, 30. It's a foot race to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Josiah Ayers goes the distance.
I see no flags.
This will stand. Josiah Ayers with a big, big, big play. Watch this again. This is your Ramos Roofing touchdown as Ayers fields the kick, finds a gap, and then it's see you later.
Well, that's just poor tackling. I mean, they had people in position to be able to make plays, and nobody was able to elevate themselves and take over the situation. And we've told you about Josiah Ayers. This is a guy that has the capacity to be electric every time he touches the football. It's not going to matter in the outcome of things, but if you're going to go try and score on us late in the game, we're going to bring you our best heat coming back on the kick return. So congratulations to that young man.
Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF as Ayers runs the distance. 80-plus on the kick return for Josiah Ayers. And they're going to go for 2 here, but prior to the 2-point attempt, a timeout called by Darren Waters. And I think if anything, too, Jeff, with, 1:18 left in the game, when they go back and look at video of this tomorrow for Darren Waters, it's a little bit of a coaching moment as well here, too.
No question about it. I mean, the special teams are out there. You got to make special plays. And to me, my observation of that was everybody standing around waiting for somebody else to make that tackle, and it ended up nobody was making the play, being aggressive on it, not expecting much of an effort, I don't think, from Licking Heights. They're not going to give up in a rivalry game, right?
So the timeout with 1:18 left. The timeout on the field sponsored by Aware Recovery Care, and Home Addiction Help is waiting for you at awarerecoverycare.com.
Should let our Kellyanne Stitz be fully aware that it appears that there is a large crowd gathering ready to take the field in celebration. So Kellyanne, you're on your own, dear.
I got it, guys. I got it. I'm going to step arm a bunch of people to try to get to Coach.
Look over your shoulder, young lady.
Oh, I saw the sea behind me. I saw it.
My money's on you. Don't worry.
Thank you. I love the confidence you have in me as a teammate.
Shackelford back into the game and will throw into the end zone for Ayers. Why not? He started this all off with that kick return, and they complete the 2-point conversion as Shackelford and Ayers connect, but Bud's coming back.
10-yard penalty, replay.
So wipe out the 2-point try. We'll see what Austin Drewer wants to do here. J.J. Shackelford limping noticeably as he heads back over towards the Licking Heights sideline. Another flag comes in.
Oh, my goodness.
This will probably be in the unsportsmanlike conduct category.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 52, 15-yard penalty on the try down.
That was Elijah Ferguson, who was hit with the penalty before and gets hit again with the penalty. Elijah Ferguson.
I can tell you this, the official didn't look happy about it either.
No, he did not.
That's like facing your dad, like you're in trouble.
Scott Wilson, the referee, he was none too pleased, apparently, with what he saw and or heard.
Well, at this stage, do nothing but keep your mouth shut, right?
You don't see this very often. A 30-yard try for 2 coming up here. The ball's actually at the 28. Seen a lot of things in football. I don't ever recall seeing a try for 2 from the 28. Shackelford rolling to throw. Will lost this one back towards the middle of the field. The pass is knocked away, incomplete. So now the kick is coming.
Boy, and limping off the field very noticeably, Josiah Ayers. Tail end of the play. Oh. Yeah.
Jaden Edwards, who was also on the field at that play.
Yeah. Well, you don't want this thing to get chippy here. if it could get any more chippy than the last 2 minutes have been.
Watkins Memorial raced out to a 14-0 lead. Licking Heights battled back, cut it to 14-12. Then in the third quarter, Watkins Memorial went almost to ground and pound and just kind of punished their way to the lead to increase it to 29-12.
They got an onside kick it here, I would think.
Well, if it's as you have said, no one is putting the fire out yet. Yes, you're going to keep doing those things. So Ayers will try to make a successful onside kick to give Licking Heights the football back. And this one will skid into Watkins Memorial territory, going down and falling right on top of the football is Braden Windnagel.
He's had quite a fourth quarter tonight.
Each team has a timeout left. So this will snap the two-game win streak, or I'm sorry, extend the two-game win streak rather for Watkins Memorial in this series. They won last year 30-20. In 2022, the Warriors were 24-21 winners. Licking Heights' last win came in 2021, 24-20.
Victory formation here.
Samson a couple of steps back, down to a knee, and that should pretty much do it here tonight. 1:10 to go. They will have to snap the football one more time, and then the celebration will begin as Watkins Memorial will win this one tonight. Whichever team wins this game has a small dead-end road next to the town hall named in their honor, and it will stay Warrior Way for the third consecutive year. So if you're using Waze or Google, you know where to find Warrior Way. Samson down to another knee, and that should do it. Watkins Memorial in the 44th edition of the Battle of Broad Street will come away with the win. Celebration starts, and this rivalry, which is one that is special to this community and to a lot of people who have either played or been associated with these two programs, will again go to Watkins Memorial. With the victory, the Warriors improved to 3-6, and you would have to think solidify their bid for a third straight postseason berth. Licking Heights will drop to 3-6, and they will try to increase their playoff chances next week. Now, it's tough for them because going into tonight, they are playing a Zanesville team that entered tonight 0-8. So 13th going into the region, you just have to win and then worry about the computer spitting it out in your favor.
Yeah, and everybody wants to obviously get an opportunity to extend that season, especially for the seniors that are, looking at the end of their, high school careers. Many of them will never play the game of football competitively again. And the celebration that I warned Kellyanne Stitz about is on its way.
They are holding the Broad Street plaque high and celebrating. As for the third straight year, Watkins Memorial has won the Battle of Broad Street, and they do so tonight by beating Licking Heights 36-18. We'll be back in a moment.
The wandering son returns. The older brother, who's been away from the family for over 1,000 days, is back. A little bolder, more sophisticated, stronger yet leaner. The all-new Land Cruiser resumes its place alongside the new, more dynamic Tacoma, the powerful Tundra, the legendary 4Runner, and the full-size adventuring Sequoia to reunite Toyota's 5 brothers. The family that plays together stays together. Toyota, let's go places.
36-18 is your final score tonight here in Pataskala, where Watkins Memorial has defeated Licking Heights to capture the Battle of Broad Street in our week number 9 Friday night rivals matchup here tonight. Licking County League Buckeye Division get-together. With the win, Watkins Memorial also goes to 3-1 in division play. And again, still kind of the outside shot. If they knock off Licking Valley, if Licking Valley wins tonight, they could end up even sharing this division.
It could be interesting. Yeah,
exactly.
A lot to play for this area and this conference. A lot of teams in Week 10 will be playing for improvement in those rankings and also conference championships.
Tell you what, that program that Randy Boffman has, though, out there at Licking Valley, boy, year in and year out, they are a power to be dealt with, and they have been for many years in the Licking County League. And that one next week could be an entertaining one as they have to travel out to the Newark area for that one. But tonight, in front of their home fans on senior night, Watkins Memorial takes care of business, beating Licking Heights 36-18. Somewhere amongst all these Warriors is Kellyanne Stitz.
Hey guys, I'm a bunch of happy Warriors here tonight. Coach Waters, 3 in a row against your rival. The road outside of City Hall remains Warrior Way. You guys have the plaque, it remains in your guys' possession. What does this win mean to your program and the community?
No, I'm so proud of these guys tonight. That was an old school football win. Both sides of the ball played exceptional tonight. They showed a lot of heart and how much this means to them. And it was a Broad Street 3-peat.
Rocco Paschal, he made a huge impact on both sides of the ball tonight. How would you assess his effort?
His effort was amazing. I was so proud of what he did on both sides of the ball, the way he was blocking, the way he ran the ball when we asked him to, the way that he played defense tonight. He led by example. I was very proud of his performance.
Rocco, what does this win mean to you and your squad tonight?
Oh, it means a lot. Getting that 3-peat means everything to this community, to this football team. To hold that trophy and put it in that locker room means so much.
Congratulations, you guys. You also not only get the plaque tonight, but you get our Friday Night Rivals orb. Where are you guys going to put this one?
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Coach.
Kellyanne, thank you very much. You know what was impressive there, too, amongst all of that? Every time Darren Waters raised his hand, they got quiet.
Isn't that amazing? You think there's any question who's in control of this football team?
None whatsoever. There's the final numbers from tonight's game. Watkins Memorial with 341 yards on the ground.
That is amazing.
430 for the game total. And they pick up the victory again tonight, holding the Licking Heights Hornets to just 69 yards on the ground. The final again tonight, Watkins Memorial 36, Licking Heights 18. As they said, the Broad Street 3-peat for the Watkins Memorial Warriors, who win this one here tonight and do so by pulling away from a 2-point lead at the intermission, oh, by the way, when they were up just 14-12. Great night of football tonight out here in Pataskala. That's a wrap for this edition of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College. We're back with you for our final game of the regular season next Friday night, when we will be at Pickerington North as the Panthers play host to Gahanna Lincoln. On behalf of Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz, Dean Marini, Jason Van Hoos, our stats crew, and all of our folks bringing you tonight's action, I'm Marty Banos, reminding you one more time, it's Watkins Memorial 36, Licking Heights 18. The celebration is on in Pataskala, the Broad Street 3-peat for the Watkins Memorial Warriors. So long, everyone.
Tonight's broadcast of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College, is sponsored by these businesses.